Here we go. Touching Tips, episode 14. Thanks for checking us. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. Your boy Wilkie, Brennan, one of our best boys, Ryan, over here in the house making his first appearance.
Hide Cabbage, we've mentioned a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of
I
my
made my way out of the house.
yeah. It's one of my greatest love lives in the service industry over here.
Yeah.
It's my homie.
It's been a while.
You guys do have a lot of, I don't know.
Touching tips.
You do touch tips a lot. Yeah. You guys are fucking one and the same at some points.
He's actually the one that sent me the original logo that I thought that we should use for this.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That
yeah.
funny
yeah,
animated thing.
The dicks cross Nance.
Remember
Yeah.
that? I can't get that. I can't get that image out of my
I
head.
sent you that prior to there ever actually being a podcast.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that you've remembered that this whole
I'm going
time.
to touch you real quick.
Go ahead. Thanks for touching my tip.
No problem. Don't
Yeah,
be
that's
bashful.
probably
you
like,
can manhandle these things. Be rough with them.
Probably like
Yeah.
2017 maybe.
Yeah, that was definitely still Harry's, wasn't it?
When did you
So fucking bad with
when did
years.
you open the hill? I think it was like 17.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, when did you move up here? You moved up here like, I
Might have been even like 16.
was going
Yeah.
to say, you've been up here now for over a decade.
I try to base it off when Elise and I got together. So that's 11 years, so 2013.
Yeah.
So it had to have been 2 years after. Yeah, it might have been 2015.
Which, God bless your wife, because you had a string of girlfriends that I could not stand.
There were only really two, and they didn't last that long.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I only ever known Ryan with Elisa.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's the best of them for sure. Yeah.
Well, you better say that.
No, she's number one with a bullet, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going back to the Woodbury days,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
In all regard.
I feel like you and I hadn't really gotten that close at their wedding, and I remember looking over at that wedding and seeing you and your wife on the dance floor, and you were breaking it down. And I was like,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at my man Brennan over
Yeah.
there getting down on the dance
I
floor.
don't fuck around at weddings, man. I love dancing at weddings. Weddings are like the one time in your life where you're okay to be unabashedly optimistic, you know? And then the next day you realize that couple is never going to make it and they're going to get divorced and it's going to be the end of the world, you know?
I hate going to weddings nowadays. I really I think it just becomes more the commitment around it now.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just with kids and it's usually taking a day off of work.
It's like we've talked about this. It's like you get a wedding invitation. It's like somebody asking you to light $1,000 on fire.
Oh, more than
Yeah.
that.
You know what I mean?
His fucking wedding was 2 months after, because he's my best friend, and then my wife's best friend got married in that same window. His was September, I think. Hers was just July. Dude, between the bachelor parties, the bachelorette parties, the the bridesmaid dresses, all that shit, I got that was like an $8,000 swing. Those 3 months, you know. It was fucking,
That's you could have been
Which
on
is
your way
why-
to Disney all over again, bro.
Hey, I'm happy to do that
Almost
for him,
twice.
but I tell this to everybody. If you ever do get divorced from Elisa, I'm not coming to the next one. It's over. You had your shot, you know?
No, I'm
Yeah.
same thing. I'm a believer too that if you get divorced, you get married again, if it's both people's second wedding,
Yeah.
it's just go to the courthouse and then take a vacation.
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly.
You should not have anybody spending any money on you at that
Yeah,
point.
exactly. If it's one of those things where if you were like, hey, we're going to the fucking, we're going to Barbados, why don't you come with us? We're getting married. I'd be like, yeah, word, I could do that. But I'm not fucking just showing up to some fucking hall in fucking Warwick, Rhode Island to be like, yeah, here I am again, you know?
That's we started this out being like, oh, it's lighting $1,000 on fire. Where you end up being like, I'll go to Barbados.
Well, that's not that's
yeah,
just like a vacation at that point. If you're doing some shit in Jamaica, yeah, I'll fucking do that. But
Yeah.
I'm not showing up to fucking Cranston to watch your ass get married in a fucking church. Go fuck yourself.
I don't know. I don't think I would go on a vacation wedding.
Yeah,
I think I would be out. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, nah. I mean, I would. Well, maybe you know what? Because I haven't. Maybe that's why I would. I bet you if I went on one, maybe I'd have a different.
I just I just imagine being on I hate being on other people's timelines as it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're probably just it's just a rehearsal dinner for 5 days.
Yeah. I guess it would depend on the couple. If I actually liked both of the couple,
Yeah.
both members of the couple, I would probably be down with that. But yeah, if I was in some Bridezilla shit, I'd be like, yo, fuck this.
So,
Yeah.
what if you got invited to a wedding now and your boy was marrying somebody that you didn't like? Would you be like, nah, I only like you. I can't.
She's gonna
justify-
ruin your life.
Yeah.
You know what though? I will say, now that I'm older, like that doesn't. Well, first of all, nobody I know is fucking single anymore as it is. But like even now, like looking back on all the women that I was like, oh fuck this girl, like she's gonna ruin your life. Now looking at them as like a couple, I'm like, you know, it was probably better that you just didn't turn into a blatant alcoholic. Like, yeah, maybe she was good for you. You know, it's like all my friends who got married to like pieces of shit women. Like it turned out it's like I was wrong. You know.
You couldn't see your friend for the
Well, it's
forest
just one of
for
those
the
things where I was
trees.
just like, oh, you're taking my friend away. He was fun. Now he's not fun anymore. It's like, it's good that he's not fun anymore. That's all right. You know?
That's how I think a lot of my friends feel about me.
Yeah.
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 Like the last talk I had with like one of my boys from Florida, he was like, if you came down, you wouldn't just like drink a little bit just to hang out. I'm like, no, dude, like I'm a totally different
Yeah.
person than like that guy that you were friends with like
Yeah.
back in the day. I don't even think you like me anymore.
Yeah.
Is your friend single still?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
He was the last one. I mean, the one of my high school boys, like we had like a falling out. I don't talk to him anymore. But of all the guys that I still talk to, like he was the last one to get married, the last one to have a kid. Well, that's gonna have kids, but
There's also certain friends of yours, though, that like you know, would never say it to them, but you know that they're just like waiting to be single again. You know, it's just like, I know that you're tied down now, but I know you're just counting the days anyway. So, you know.
I
Yeah.
honestly don't think I have that.
You don't
man.
have those?
Nah, 'cause
Oh.
my friend group is like so small.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have like any of the guys that I would consider like dogs. Like they're still single.
Yeah. Well, good for them.
Like my
Yeah.
boy Matt Murph.
Your boy, Matt Murphy.
He doesn't want to have an appearance, so I'll just keep mentioning him by name.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
One day he'll appear. You
I
just
don't
keep
know.
saying
I
it.
tried to get him on. He said he didn't want to participate.
He strikes me as the kind of dude that just doesn't want to put anything on wax. Where it's just like, I don't want anyone to know I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
Like he has like an A&E biography written all over him where it's like he just like fakes his own death and moves to fucking Belize or something.
Dude, it's crazy because I feel like
No digital footprint.
Yeah, exactly.
he'd have such great stories.
Yeah.
Like he really would. He used to like work doubles at like I met him working at Not Your Average Joe's.
Yeah.
And he would like work like a server double and get cut. And we worked right across from Fat Bellies. And he would just go and sit at the bar at Fat Bellies, have some beers,
Yeah.
come back for the dinner shift, not giving a shit.
Oh,
what I
so
mean?
you do that like halfway through the shift? Oh,
Yeah, like,
it's
you
like
just-
you would get cut for the day and then come back?
Yeah, like never even leave the parking lot. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And just like didn't even try to hide it. It
Yeah.
was great. It just did not fucking care. There's so many times where I've seen him just not care.
Yeah.
He worked at the spot for a little while.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he had problems with you know the guy that's got like a tow truck auto body thing that comes in to see you guys.
I don't know. I'm probably, but
You know him. He's the dude
I
that
know him?
you know the kid that was going to start a food truck that used to work with us
Yes.
back in the day. You
Yep.
know the guy that fucked his business up if you listen to the story.
Slightly remember what's going. Yeah, a little bit. Like
I don't care about I was talking about the guy who has the auto body
Yeah, I
shop.
fucked up the truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So
Yep.
that
coming
dude,
back.
he comes in, he wants to buy a bunch of gift cards, and then he wants to use the credits from the buying the gift cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All at the same time. My boy's a new employee at the time. I've had this happen to me, and it fucked up my whole cash out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I understand like where he's coming from on this side. He's getting frustrated. He doesn't understand who this guy is and the connection to the ownership and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's also probably judging him, thinking like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like you're not gonna tip me shit anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're making all these problems for me. So ever since then, now he's on the owner's son shit list. You know what I mean? So
okay.
he rings in a crunchy an employee spicy tuna sub crunchy munchie. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people were doing this all the time, no problem. And then they decided to make like the goat out of him. And I just seen him in 1 second be like, I don't give a fuck about this place anymore. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
like I think within like a month he had like no called, no showed like 2 out of 4 times. And like, does he work here really
Yeah.
anymore? It's like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
you
Kinda
should have
think
just
he-
let him have the fucking sushi roll,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
exactly.
goddamn.
Yeah,
So-
but when he I think I was there for that, or I remember seeing that interaction, and it was definitely one of those things where like whoever was buying the gift cards was just saying way too much, trying to do too much, trying to make it all confusing. And
Yeah.
it's like someone should have looked at him and been like, just stop everything you're doing. Like you're really just screwing up the whole system.
Yeah.
It was funny. Poor Matt Murph.
Yeah.
Well,
Andy-
people are fucking idiots, and people make everything harder than they had to be. I had some bitch come in last night ordering a fucking hand roll, right? But she's like, first of all, if you order shit that's not on the menu, fuck you. But she's like constructing this monstrosity of a hand roll where I'm just like, there's no fucking way you're gonna like this. It's like, I want crab meat, and I want eel sauce, and I want fucking daikon radishes, and it's like, what the fuck? This thing's gonna be so gross. And then what happens? She eats it, and it's fucking gross. And she's like, I don't like this. It's like, at that point I was like, I refuse to take that off her bill. Like,
You made it up.
You're paying for it. Yeah. So, but it's just like, yeah, imagine that. Like, and she's sitting there while I have like fucking, I hear the printer going, bop, 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 bop. And I got fucking 4 other people like who just sat at the bar, and she's just sitting here like umming and eyeing, you know, like, and I'll take, it's
Oh,
like,
man.
fuck.
As like
you.
the sweat beads roll down your face.
Well,
and
yeah,
you're
as I'm
trying to,
just like, I really wish I didn't get locked into this conversation now.
yeah.
I walk away from people though sometimes. Like
Well-
I actually walked away from her twice during that. Where I was just like, I got other things to do. I'll come back.
How about a conversation that I got locked into where I could go nowhere from? I had to take an Uber, right? I finally did something about the tree falling on my truck and shit. Like the
Yeah.
inspection sticker was gonna expire, so I was like, I got to address this. So now I'm riding around in a rental. I had to go take an Uber to pick a rental up, right? The Uber comes to my house. I go to open the door. There's like Jesus stickers all on the door. This car is protected by the Lord. All this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, here we go. I get in.
Yeah.
There's Christian rock playing on the radio station.
With arms wide open.
Not even Creed, dude. Like this is like praise music. You know,
Yeah.
like a
oh
yeah.
shit, like biblical hymnal fucking like
Yeah,
rock music.
Like if I drive an old car, so I like hit the scan button on the radio a
Yeah.
lot, and I'll get stuck on like the Christian stations. Like this is one step further than that.
Yeah.
This is like.
It's like if Joel Osment started like a
hymnal,
fucking
yeah,
alt rock
like-
band. Yeah.
So I'm like, holy Christ! Like I'm listening. That's funny. I thought so. So I'm listening to this, and then all of a sudden, I hear her start being like, start singing along with it, and then
She knows the words.
she knows the words,
Word.
and then ironically enough, she starts telling me about all the times that she found weed pens in the car, and how her mother wanted the weed pens, and she wouldn't give them to her mother because that's not what the Lord would do.
What is it? Genesis. I used to remember what it was. I give to all seed-bearing plants and herbs to use.
I just know about fucking Stone Cold 316,
Yeah.
bro. That's fucking it. That's fucking it.
That's in the Bible, man. You can fucking smoke weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you're
Can't-
back. You're back on the train. Do you know about this?
Yeah, he told me.
I'm not back. I'm not
didn't
back on
believe
the
it.
train.
I
got
didn't believe it.
I got high twice. That was it. You know.
Oh, there's a second round.
I've got it. Yeah, I've done it.
Oh,
Again. Well, the first time was like the recon mission, where like we kind of just took a couple puffs to see what would happen.
This is great.
And
This is fucking
the
great.
second time, I was like, yo, let's get fucking high.
Yeah.
And then I got
Oh.
fucking high, and that was. I went a little too close to the sun on the second one.
I remember,
Like there was a moment where I was like, I don't know if I can handle this.
I remember like the last day you smoked weed in Woodbury, Connecticut.
Oh, it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think we were like 16, and I go to like pass you a joint, and you're like sitting at a dumpster. You're like, "No, man, I got too much anxiety now. I can't smoke that anymore."
No,
was
I
like,
fucking I had
"Damn,
like
look what
bad
happened
panic
to this
attacks.
kid."
And shit. Yeah, I was.
You're
I
like
was
ahead of your time with self-diagnosing yourself.
Well, so that was kind of a weird time in my life anyway. Actually, to go through the whole thing, like my fucking, I was what was I? Yeah, I was like a junior in high
yeah.
school. So it was like 17 or something. And my dad had just died of a heart attack. So I kind of had that in my head. And then I started having these chest pains and shit. Like, you know, it would feel like I was like bleeding in my chest. And this went on for like months. Like, because I'm not only a fucking anxiety-riddled person, but I'm also a very closed-off person. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm dying, you know? So I'd be in the car, and all of a sudden I would just feel it, like, my chest bleeding, and my head would, like, you know, I'd start, like, feeling, like, all lightheaded, and, like, my head would be swimming. So I was just like, fuck it. But I was just smoking weed all throughout it, just being like, fuck it, I'm not stopping, you know? And it came to a head one night where, like, literally I smoked so much pot that I had freaked myself out. I thought I was having a heart attack. And I just, like, dropped on the floor of my buddy's house. They, like, the parents came in and shit. And they were just like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Yeah, so, like, I totally... Like, if you have anxiety attacks, you think one of two things. You either think you're losing your mind or you think you're having a heart attack. So I think it was just because of that. Like, that was in the back of my head that I thought I was having a heart attack. And, yeah. I mean, over the years, I've kind of just been able to, like... be not a pussy about it, you know, like all these people that are on
suffer in silence.
well, no, like all these people that like, you know, take medication, like God bless you. Like it does help. It does work. I didn't like how I felt taking the medication. So I just stopped taking it. And which again probably isn't a great piece of advice for most people, but I was just able to be like, anytime I was getting a panic attack, I'd just be like, you know what this fucking is, you pussy, stop fucking doing this, like relax, you're fine. And then it went away eventually. But yeah. So yeah.
What are the
So
lucky
now I
ones?
started smoking weed again, and a couple times, and I was like, yeah, you know what, this is kind of fun. Yeah. So I'm back.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was like kind of the moment though where I stopped doing really all drugs at that point. But that was also, again, that was like the height of my taking ecstasy, like that phase of my life where I think I just had too many chemicals dumping into my head, and it also just wasn't in a good place, like mentally, at that point in my life. So
Yeah. I can't imagine
yeah.
that like back in the day, ecstasy was that clean.
actually, I think it was
Around
cleaner back then
2000.
than it is now.
Really?
Well, because
It just doesn't exist anymore. Bro.
well, that's if you can find it, like that's what
Yeah.
like it actually is. Whatever it is, what is the
Like-
fucking what's the chemical in it? What
MDMA?
am I? MDMA. Yeah,
Yeah, but it wasn't just like I've taken Molly,
yeah.
like my post, like what I would call like party house, like Florida days. You know, like I've taken Molly in Rhode Island,
Yeah.
essentially, and I was like, this is not the animal
Yeah.
that I remembered it to be. You know,
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
but
Like,
that's because it was.
ecstasy has like other drugs in it.
Oh yeah,
And it's probably not even drugs. It's just like Drano and
yeah.
fucking,
Cat litter.
Yeah. You know what's
Yeah, well-
crazy? Like we had like a senior project or some shit in high school in Florida that I had to write. And I wrote that shit about the effects of ecstasy on the brain.
Yeah.
And then like I fucking at the first time I got exposed to it, I was like, oh fuck yeah.
Never mind.
I'm doing it. Yeah, like I don't care what all that
Crack
stuff
my
says.
back. Yeah.
But I mean, speaking about drug phases, I'm not trying to go down everybody's. I was definitely dealing self-medicating out of my own depression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nowadays, I think, man, like I would fucking do some drugs again. But it's like I do care if I die now.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean? So
stakes
it's like,
are there.
Yeah, like it's like this is. I don't know. Even like when I would get those little micros when we would close up shop back in the day, like we'd go to like the bar afterwards, and I would just be like, I don't think that this life is for me, fucking anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Like let me just go home. I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, nowadays with like, you know, I think we've touched upon this before, but with like fentanyl and shit, it's like it's just not even worth it.
yeah.
Like I don't know what I would have to be like, what mindset I would have to be in to like be
You
like,
gotta make it,
oh,
bro. You gotta order the dextromethorphan from the fucking black web
Yeah.
and fucking press it yourself into capsules. And
that was a phase of my life. And
Yeah.
I'm done with that. No, fucking, but like even just like something like as stupid as like blowing a line of coke. Like, sure, it was fun, but like I don't want to do that. Like now, even if there's like a 1 in a million chance, like why the fuck would I? You know?
I don't know. That's like
So you can end up being in the fucking newspaper as like some fucking, you know, guy who just like got the fucking raw end of the deal. It's like I have kids now and shit. I'm not having them fucking grow up like that, you know?
like I just like said that like, oh, I'm all done with this phase of my life. But like as soon as you brought up like snorting something, my brain was like, there it is.
Ooh.
I know. Actually, I was like, no, that is the best.
Yeah.
Like,
Anytime I snorted anything, I never liked the drip. I couldn't get past it.
oh, dude.
Yeah, like blowing like Adderalls and shit, and yeah,
Me and you just couldn't be two different peas in a pod,
Yeah.
dude. Excellent pairing here.
you liked the drip.
Oh yeah, dude. You
Yeah.
fucking
Ugh.
that's how you know it's some fucking dope shit.
Yeah,
Especially if you got into like went down the road of like snorting Percocets.
Mm.
Like those baby blue Percocets, like you get
Yeah.
a little drip from that. That's like a fine delicacy.
yeah. Your tongue's blue. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm just saying that's gross. Yeah, it's like fucking swallowing snotty like pop rocks.
I remember
you know?
one time I have two funny stories about snorting things. The girl that I got into like bad drugs with, one time we were going to drive to like Old Orchard Beach. I don't even know what state it is, but I had a convertible Mustang at the time. And we took like an Oxycontin 80 and cocaine and fucking just crushed it up all together. Fucking blew fat lines of that shit and then drove wherever the fuck we were driving to.
Yeah,
Top down, like total rock star style, like fucking idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. And then another time, my boy, it was probably that coffee table right there. We were like after hours one time and we got like some shitty ass coke. And he was just fucking so fucked up already, I guess. And he like grinded the varnish like off
Yeah.
that table.
So you're blowing
into
like
the
little
boat.
splinters up your nose.
Yeah, no, like it was just like it turned it like the color. Like we were like, dude, what the fuck? And I feel like all of us are still like, fuck it, we've done.
Yeah. Of course
fucking
you did that.
Worse,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. There's probably something similar to fucking paint lacquer already
Yeah.
in there.
Yes.
See what's so much fucking
Dude,
lacquer.
have you ever seen like a movie when they go to like the farm in Colombia and they're like, well, then you fucking take this this mash and you put gasoline on it,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gets you high.
It does.
But isn't there like, can't you just take this plant, chew on it?
Yeah, but it's probably
They
not
get-
as it's not as concentrated, you know?
Yeah, but I bet you there's like some fucking like cocaine tobacco or some shit that's like gets the job done and doesn't like ruin families.
I bet you there isn't.
I swear I've heard of like the locals, they like chew on the leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, but then
Why can't you do that? Just
feel
have
it's
like a
like one
little
of those
tea,
things-
have like a little,
Yeah.
little micro.
yeah.
It feels one of those things where it's like, well, my teeth hurt, so I'm just going to chew on some cocaine leaves to make
Yeah.
me feel better. Like, you know, like.
So I have Mexican family, and when I was
Here we
younger,
go.
what?
I said,
Yeah.
here we go.
So when I was younger, we went there. We used to go there on vacation every year, and my sister was like a super colicky baby, like would just cry constantly. And so when we were down there, my aunt Doris, like, you know, the baby was crying. Aunt Doris goes, you know, doesn't speak English, so she's just like, see, and my mom was like, oh, that okay, you know, she just mimed like, you know, a little bit on the tongue, you know. So my mom was just boom, a little bit on the tongue, bam, out like a light. My mom was like, holy shit, this is a miracle drug. My sister was crying. She was just like constantly just like going to sleep, taking good naps, you know. It's like, I got to find this shit. Bottle ran out and she was like, all right, I'm going to bring this with me. And then when I go back to the United States, I'm going to figure out what the fuck this is and have the pharmacy fucking give that to me. She brings it to the pharmacy and the pharmacist is just like, are you giving this to a baby? It was basically just like liquid heroin, like the laudanum shit. She was like, you cannot be giving this to a baby, you know? But it's like fucking down there, dude. Mexicans do not care. They're just like, yeah, just give that to a baby, you know? That's how they medicate. So I feel like, how do we get started on that? The Mexican, that was a thing, right? I didn't just make this up, did I?
No,
Yeah.
chewing leaves.
No, we're talking about
Yeah.
drugs.
Getting high.
I wasn't sure how I got into
You
that.
know a comedian named Ralph Barbosa? Have you seen his stuff at all?
Yeah, his dad was like the
His
like,
dad and his
yeah.
uncle were like in the cartel
Yeah.
a little bit, and they have like all these funny stories about how like his grandma would take him on vacation to the home country, but
Yeah.
she'd just have bags full of cash, and she'd be like, "It's my life savings."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. He's got some crazy stories if he's not making that shit up.
Yeah. I don't have any crazy stories, but that's because I didn't really ask what Uncle Pepe was up to. He's like a dude that's like in the high up with like the military, like which down there, like it's the cartels and the generals.
Yeah.
Like the generals run shit down there. So like he's like my stepfather even was like he went to military school and he's like he knows a couple of like the high ranking generals and shit in Mexico. But they're fucking it's a wild place.
That's why you always had those half broken down mule cars.
Well, so my stepfather's he's a horse trainer, and he always had weird horse dealings going on. Where like he would like get a horse, like we would have like a refrigerator filled with like cigar boxes with cash in them, like that kind of thing, and then like they would all be gone, and just be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I think it was more like with horses. I don't.
That coulda
Maybe
went
that's naive
Oh,
of me,
horses.
but
I was like, when you
'Cause
like, you got
horses,
a
like-
refrigerator full of, I was like, horse meat.
that's the episode title right there.
Oh man.
Refrigerator filled with horse meat. No. I mean, I don't know. Horses are expensive. They are. I don't know what was going on. I don't ask questions really. You know.
Our regular, the lawyer that's like right around the corner from the spot, he's got a stake in a few horses.
Is it the one with the man bun?
Nah, that dude's cool though.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while. It's the older guy.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
He's always going down to see him.
Yeah.
I don't my buddy that moved to Australia, he had like a stake in a horse for a few times, but he grew up like in that part of New York.
Oh yeah, Saratoga.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been up there for the races?
No.
It's fun. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like the animal lover in me like just sees that as like, fuck.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. The animal hater in me just says, yeah, fucking race those things.
No, like I definitely like the bro in me takes over, and I'm like, that's fucking cool, you know. But
The dog track, man, when it was around, did you ever go to it?
nah, dude, I couldn't even as a young man.
Yeah.
In my ecstasy phase, if we will, I probably would have thought the dog track was fire. But
Yeah.
nowadays, I would be like, what are we doing?
Oh, I mean, they probably treated those
you guys,
animals
yeah,
like
you
awful.
guys can't have this.
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
The dog, there was a lot of things that made me drop out of college, but the dog track was probably like the final straw. Because after I dropped out of Assumption, I went to fucking CCRI, the Flanagan campus, which was right around the corner from Twin Rivers. So I used to drive there for night classes and then like pull in the parking lot, and then I'd look at the clock, I'd be like, I could make it for the third race probably,
Now
just be
you're-
like, fucking, I'm out of here.
You're making me wish that I had experienced this in my life before I
Oh,
found.
the dog track
found
was the
my heart.
best.
Like
It's all
those.
right. I've only heard stories as well. I've never been there.
Have you ever seen like the videos of like the dudes? They have like the paper and they like hit themselves like on the
Oh,
ass
yeah.
as if they're the jockey. Like I
Yeah.
love watching those viral clips of dudes. I don't even know what to search for, but if I find the rabbit hole, it's great.
Well,
It's always like some dude that like didn't make the cut for being like an extra in The Departed.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like fucking hitting himself on the butt
Yeah.
with that thing. It's fucking. I love it.
Those dudes are fucking nuts. Those guys who like go down there every single day to gamble on the horses or the dogs. Like those guys are fucking crazy.
But it's always like it's like they love it because your dad exposed you to it when you were like 5 years old.
Well-
it's like your dad set you up for a life of being a degenerate gambler,
Yeah.
and you just can't escape.
I mean, there
Like
is a
the 12
system.
12 monkey cycle of.
Yeah, there is a system. There's dudes that like make money doing that. Like if you get like far enough into the horses and shit, like you can. There's like noticeable patterns that you can pick out. Like it is very much like sports or like football gambling, only really like with even more information available to you. So I mean, if you get good at it, you can make money. But if you get good at it, you're probably a degenerate piece of shit, and there's no way you're going to make money because you probably are in some other capacity a functioning fucking moron.
Horses don't
Yeah.
beat their girlfriends and get suspended, so
That's true.
you just ride.
Yeah, back when Twin River was like the blue cement floors and it had like the dog track and it was just a shithole. I was there one day and there was a guy who, he was just like your sorry sack of shit looking guy, like probably like 64, and you could tell he just bet his last like $18 on some dog to just show, So it's coming around the bend, his dog like, runs into another dog and kind of like just falls off, and he just starts banging on the glass, screaming, just, I got the worst fucking luck in the world, and he's like losing his shit. The fucking security had to come in and escort him out of the building. That might have been one of the last times I went there. I think I went there a couple times afterwards, but that was the one time where I was like, Jesus Christ. It's a cautionary tale of cautionary tales. I was like, maybe I should not do this anymore,
See your future self hanging out the dog track.
Exactly. I was just like, damn, dude, this is me in 30 years.
I feel like
there
that's
goes
like
Tim's
how I felt
college
going to
fund.
my first rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah, like or not rehab, AA meeting.
Yeah.
Like I went there and like sat through that shit, and I was like, I'm getting my life together.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
I don't want to end up like fucking Daryl.
I'm not
Yeah.
coming back here, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
That
shit.
shit's scary. I told you I had ran into somebody that was out panhandling. I won't mention any names, but like somebody we knew from our past that we work with.
That I know?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I thought
Oh, yeah,
like,
I
that
do
was, like,
remember
I
that.
saw that, man, and like
Yeah.
my heart fucking dropped, man. That was like one
Yeah.
of those times in my life where I realized, like, damn, like drugs are fucking horrible. Like the whole they
Yeah.
can take. But yeah,
Yeah.
I won't bring us all down. But yeah, like,
Yeah. That
that's
dude
all
has
good,
had a
dude.
few run-ins.
yeah, I know. That's why I felt bad. It was like looks like because last time I saw him, like he was kind of going on that road so many years ago, and
You
then
turn
this time it was like you still didn't.
Yeah.
Even if you turned it around, you went right back, man.
You
Sucks.
turn the mic towards your mouth.
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
No, that's all right.
He's the editor.
Well, it's just
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah. You can move it all around.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere comfortable where you just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
touch your tip.
But yeah, he's yeah.
What
yeah.
about like the opposite thing of that? Like I feel like I went down like a rabbit hole maybe where like I saw somebody in the People You May Know on Facebook from like a restaurant that I worked at back in the day, and then I added them, and for whatever reason just like opened up the floodgates and be like, oh fuck, I know these guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, this motherfucker is still alive? No fucking way. Like this dude was riding his bike to work as a dishwasher as like a 40-something-year-old man
Yeah.
in Florida as like a Steelers fan that just never Brett Michaels that never made the big time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I can't believe this guy is still alive. And
Yeah.
I like even clicked on his profile. I was like, what's the most recent activity? There's no way that this is like a memorial page.
Yeah.
And he's still kicking, still loving Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's a couple dudes like that where you kind of just like nah, actually that was way before your
They're
time.
like the Keith
Yeah.
Richards of like the restaurant industry. Like,
Yeah.
this is fucking never gonna die.
Yeah, I worked with a kid named I think it was like Jeremy, I want to say, but he was like he was a dude that like every time he showed up, he was like sweating, pale, like bags under his eyes. Like, you know what? I will say this though, he was a fucking good server. Like, he was definitely on drugs, but he was a good server. And it was just one of those, I'm just saying, like, if I were the general manager, I probably would have done the same thing where I would have been like, I'm going to let this go on probably way too long.
A crackhead's getting paid, bro.
Dude, he showed up on time. He did his work. He was a fucking hustler. He was on drugs, and it was obvious, but whatever. But yeah, like it just kind of looked like he was just going downhill. And yeah, same thing. Like on the people you may know thing, it's like picture was like it looks like he put on like healthy weight. And he looked like he was a normal functioning human being. You're like, oh damn, good for you. I didn't add him as a friend, but good for you.
You click on it though, and it's like R.I.P.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, maybe. No, yeah, because he was older in the picture. So, well, I learned my lesson anyway with friending people from my past who were like known drug addicts. Have I told you that story? The kid who like got out of jail and then posted on my wall on Facebook. Remember Joe?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I kind of remember this.
This kid's nickname was Joe Crack. And so he's like my friend he requests me on Facebook, and I say yes, accept it, and then he just like posts directly on my wall like, hey, I just got out of jail for 4 years like because of this shit. And it's like I have fucking nieces and nephews on Facebook, dude. They don't need to know that I'm associating with you.
He's like an old person that like, doesn't know how to use Facebook. Like
exactly. Well, yeah, because he was in fucking jail the whole time.
Like he thinks it's like a direct message, but really it's like
you just posted it right on my fucking wall.
Oh my god. That's like, so funny.
Jesus Christ.
Joe Crack is with Brennan Long and Ryan Wilk for episode 15 of Touching Tips. Please like, share, and subscribe.
I don't think he's coming. He might not be out anymore. I don't know. This was a couple years ago.
You know what Ryan being here opens the floodgates for, though, is Valerie to be trying to come on the show. Yeah. She's been trying to beat the door down.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ever since I made my escape from the mixology joint or whatever you want to call it, I haven't seen her, so the pressure's been off.
Yeah.
When was your last day there?
I don't know, probably like 2 weeks ago or something. I don't want to say that it's my last day. I'm definitely open to like going back to working Friday nights when like the season turns around and stuff. But just for the airport schedule that I picked up just makes my alarm goes off at 2:45 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like,
bless your heart, buddy.
They're busy. Their busiest hours are like their last 3. So it's not even like I can make an impact being there from like 7 to 10 or whatever. You know, like it's like I'm literally gonna have to sign up to be working like an 18-hour.
It's like just go in at 10 o'clock and just work straight through. Work the close out one and go straight to the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm joking. Don't do that.
Nah, like it could if the place did have the what do you call it? Like if it was still like operating like the old place did with like the last call not existing, you could literally just be like, all right, guys, like somebody lock up. I gotta go to fucking Warwick right now.
I gotta get to the TF Green and serve some fucking.
I will say though, like I didn't give up the creativity completely because I still have the shifts at the tavern. Mm-hmm. And there are a few people at the tavern that like did come see me at the bodega, did come see me at XO, and I don't know. They're like, Ryan, and they always ask me to do this. This is something I feel like this is a funny like hospitality centric thing we can touch on. Like, I'm the server on Sundays, right? And then like the seasoned bartender that's worked there for like 15 years is like the bartender that I work with. You know what I mean? And so these people sit at his bar, but then they'll get liquored up, and then they'll be like, Ryan, let me get one of your specials. You know what I mean? But while I have like 11 tables going on, my own shit happening, you guys are on his tab, participating in his world. You know what I mean? And now it's like you're asking me to like show up the guy that kind of like opened the door and was cool for me coming in the first place. You know, and like luckily for me, he has like a cool temperament about it. He doesn't seem to care, but I don't know. At a certain point, like if I was seasoned someplace and then some fucking asshole showed up and made like some fucking egg white drink, I'd be like, bro, don't fucking show people that we do that here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they've seen me do it at other places, so it's like, what do you want me to do? Like tell you that I don't have a fucking egg?
Yeah.
You know I have it.
I would have said that.
You've seen me like running around. You know the work ethic that I have. Yeah. You know what I'm capable of. Like, what am I gonna just be like, no?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to come sit at my bar on Saturday morning or on Monday morning when I am actually bartending, So, I don't know. I just don't know where to ride that line. Where to be like, hey, this is Kyle's thing right now, or
yeah. I mean, to me, I wouldn't mind as long as I wouldn't be expected to do that. Because if then that person comes in on my shift and is like, I want this egg white drink, I am going to be like, no.
Says. Like, I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone's going to ask you to do it, you almost have to.
That's yeah.
It's not your fault.
Me and you, I feel
Well,
like we're
they
usually
should have
on
a
the
better
same
sense
page.
too, to be like, well, he's not bartending right now, and this guy's helping me, so why am I going to stop this person to get me to do something? But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hospitality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make everybody happy.
Yeah, but this place is fucking funny though. They fucking don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. Like it's funny. It's funny some of the stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
They kind of got rid of some of like the toxic kitchen staff members. So it's not as like the crazy wild west as it used to be.
That's always good.
Yeah.
What are like the people that come in like? Like what is like your clientele kind of? I'm just saying, like
I don't know
every
how
time I drive by
Jim
that
Beam
place.
and Ginger.
Yeah, but every time I drive by that place, it's fucking packed. But it like who is going in there?
like the only way I can describe it is like a towny bar.
Yeah.
Like it's all people that live out that way. You know, like
Yeah.
like salt of the earth, like towny, like
Just everybody in Tom Brady jersey still?
nah, you don't see a lot
Couple
of Patriots
Gronkowski.
jerseys.
Actually, I saw a dude in a Tom Brady jersey the other day, and it like was jarring. Like I was like he sat down at the bar, and he was like, a nice, clean, new Tom Brady jersey, and I was just like, who the fuck even are you? Like I wanted to like call like an alert of some sort. Like the FBI needed to know about this dude. Who's out there buying brand new Tom Brady jerseys?
I
He's
feel like
like-
that's shocking. Like,
Yeah.
it happens so much around here.
What Tom Brady jerseys?
Yeah. Look where you are.
Well, all right.
you
So
live closer to
particularly at my
Foxborough.
spot, though, where it's like it's kind of not higher end, but it's like it's a little bit pricier.
Yeah,
To
right.
see a guy just sit down in a Tom Brady jersey, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude,
You know?
I'm like, I used to love keeping like a nice jersey on deck for like whatever sporting event I went to, but then I heard it might have been like Jay Okafor or some shit, and he's like, if you wear like a man's jersey on your back, like you have to let him fuck you if the option. And like ever since I heard that, I'm like,
I don't think that's true. Is that written somewhere?
I think it is now that he said it. I'm
gotta
like,
go
oh,
out-
that is kind of fucking gay, dude. Like,
I got to go out and buy
fuck,
some Matt Stafford jerseys
fuck.
Yeah, huh?
then.
Yeah.
No, my rule with jerseys, and I can't own this as my own because I think I heard I think it was like a sports writer or something say it once, but my rule is if you wear a jersey, that player has to be older than you. So like we could wear throwbacks now, obviously, because we're 40 years old and nobody's fucking younger than us. But like, I couldn't imagine going out and buying like a Pete Alonso Mets jersey. It's like this dude is like literally 20 years younger than I
Yeah.
am. It's fucking weird. But like I'll rock like a Barry Sanders jersey, or like I'll rock I think I never even got a Stafford jersey, I think, because he's on the line. I think he's like as old as I am. Or maybe he's like 39.
I think
You
I'm
know?
wired like that
Yeah.
anyway, where like I'm only looking for like those nostalgic throwbacks
Yeah.
if I'm looking for them anyway.
Right.
Like I'm never like, oh, they got the new Tatum
There's a line,
this
though.
coming out.
There's a
like,
line, though, with the old throwbacks, because it's like you wear like an old Wes Welker jersey. It's like, oh, that's cool. Oh, it's Wes Welker. But then if you wear like an old, like, who's like a good one? Like an old, like, Troy Brown jersey, it's like, are you autistic? Like, what's going on?
Nah,
right now?
bro, I like that
Yeah,
shit,
like-
bro.
yeah.
From somebody that had season tickets for like
Yeah.
3 years, you see like you're talking about, you see a never-ending sea
Yeah.
of Tom Brady jerseys.
Yeah.
You know
Actually,
what I mean?
you know what?
Every
Troy-
now and then you'll see Brewski, fucking Seymour, Vrabel. Like and to me, I was like, yo, those guys know what's up. Like,
Well, you know what? Troy Brown was a bad example because Troy Brown is actually a pretty cool Patriot. But like some you're out in Gen Pop and you see somebody wearing like
Dante Stallworth
exactly
or
like a
something,
Rashad Caldwell jersey, and you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Fucking Caldwell, bro. Why would you bring him up, dude? Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying though, like the guy who's wearing that like jersey shirt is 100% up to no good.
Bro,
you know?
that's great. I just got like a terrible flashback. I remember screaming, "Catch the fucking ball, Caldwell." And that brought me to a point where I was most disappointed as a Patriots fan. I think it was I went to Brady's last game, and I think Jules has like a drop where they're like leading the drive. They lose to the Titans in the playoffs. Tom Brady on the Patriots.
Yep.
And we had shitty seats. We're like all the way at the top, and walking down the thing, it's murderous trek down. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? And I just hear these fucking Patriots fans in there, Foxborough, fucking catch the fucking ball, Jules, like talking shit about Edelman. And I'm like, all the joy that this guy has brought
Yeah.
to your life, and you're gonna fucking talk shit
Yeah,
about
you're just
like,
gonna
the
bury him
one-
like that.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with Welker. Like
Yeah.
Welker is not remembered kindly in New England.
Yeah.
Because of that one fucking drop, or because he went to the Broncos, I guess. I don't know. He had the drop and he was Johnny Damon.
Yeah. I think it was more of the like how he left than like that he left. You know what I mean? Like it was just the fact that he went to the Broncos with Peyton and he had, I think he only really had 2 years there though. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just that.
I thought his first season too.
No, they go to the
give up
Super Bowl.
600
They get
yards.
blown. They get no. They set all the records. Peyton Manning breaks the touchdown thing.
He threw for like 5,000 fucking yards. Yeah.
Oh shit.
They lose. They lose.
They
to
threw
the
like
Seahawks.
54
They get blown
touchdowns
out.
that year.
The
Yeah.
snap goes over Peyton Manning's head, and it's
Oh
like
yeah,
never
yeah.
even a game.
That was like the second play of the game. Yeah. Might even been the first play of the game.
Peyton Manning has a funny thing on social media where like he wishes his mom happy birthday, and then he says like if it wasn't for her, Tom Brady would have 10 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But
Yeah.
he doesn't give him credit. I try to do the math on this and be like, all right, is he giving him every time? Or
Well, he's got 7, and then you add the 2 for Eli. And
I don't
then-
know if it's 10, it's 10 or not, like whatever the number is.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
but
okay.
because I went back and looked at it, and I don't know.
When the AFC Championship where they came back, the Colts did, and ended up winning, and I think that was the Bears Super Bowl.
There's two.
So that would have been an obvious Pats win. Yeah.
There's at least 2 AFC championships that Peyton took from Brady, and
Yeah.
then there's 2 Super Bowls that Eli took from Brady.
But even then, wasn't one of the AFC championships that that Peyton took from Brady that Broncos one that they ended up getting fucking killed by the Seahawks? Wasn't that like?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
So, yeah, they weren't-
Peyton kind of being like, you would have lost to the Seahawks too,
I think they would have. Yeah.
or would you lose to Cam Newton's 15-1 MVP season?
Yeah, right. That was the second Broncos
Panthers.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Oh yeah, yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, I thought they lost the one in this to the AFC Championship when the Seahawks ended up doing it, ended up winning.
Yeah.
I could be
They
wrong. though.
did.
Yeah, yeah. So the other one though, I think that was Broncos.
Panthers, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Broncos Panthers. But wasn't it? I think it was like Broncos. Was it Broncos Ravens in the AFC Championship?
Nah, it was Broncos Patriots. I remember.
Oh, it was? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know then. Yeah, I mean, I know it's, must be hard to keep track of all of your fucking AFC Championship games that you've played in. So,
I mean, I was a part of the Roman circus for
Yeah.
a long time, bro. I was big time distracted.
you fucking assholes leaving your fucking games screaming about Julian Edelman dropping passes.
You know another.
Meanwhile, I had to watch fucking Joey
Yeah.
Harrington fucking for 3 goddamn years as a Lions fan and say, like, this is as good as it's ever going to be.
You know what's another?
It's like,
funny
bring on
thing?
John Kitna. Woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
Kitna was like a first rendition of Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Kitna actually had a couple good years for us.
He just loved some Jesus.
And by good years, I mean like he was not the worst quarterback in football. So that was cool. That was a cool couple years. And then we got Matt Stafford.
and then he left.
Yep. Won a Super Bowl. Good for him. Yeah. I don't know. Fuck
Like we were
football.
talking about depression and drugs, but now we're really down thinking
Yeah.
about how our football team is terrible.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
about the
too old
Lions
to give a
record.
shit about sports.
Yeah.
Takes too much time.
Yeah, yeah. So when I first started bartending, like I knew fucking everything, dude. I'd fucking know, like I knew who was the utility player on the fucking Tampa Bay Rays. Like I knew who the guy who was coming off of the bench on the fucking Milwaukee Bucks. Now it's like I don't fucking know anything about sports. Like, and at that time I was always like, how the fuck do you not know anything to like other grown men? It's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't give a shit.
The only thing that keeps me in the loop is that I just never turn the push notifications off for any sports app that I've ever downloaded.
So you just get
you know?
inundated with it. Yeah.
Yeah, so like anytime I forget
Pretty good.
something just happened. I'm like, oh, I know it all because it sends it to me, but I can't fucking bring it up off the top of my head. But something just happened.
Because your brain is shrinking. 'cause we're getting old.
Literally,
Yeah.
like Bleacher Report told me about it. ESPN told me about it. Fucking fantasy, fucking this and that told me about
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah. I keep up with football, but the rest of it I can't be bothered with.
I can't keep up with college football, and it's like killing me in what we're participating in right now. Even though I probably don't have to worry about it for like fucking 40 days, but
oh,
I
yeah.
thought you were about to say 40 years. I'm like, yeah, my man, I'm not sure when you actually get a draft pick next.
Yeah.
I think it's I think I got a fourth
It's like
rounder.
2026.
Well, I mean, he's still fucking still paying for the Antonio Brown contract that he got.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I can't remember.
No, I think I took Antonio Brown off of him. For
You
some
did?
reason.
Yeah.
Or maybe I traded him to you.
And then
I
I
don't know.
traded back. I traded back for him, and his contract ran out. No, I did buy him out.
Yeah.
I think.
Did you I mean, have you scoped out like how many guys have neck tattoos in the rookie draft?
No, I'm off
No.
that train.
that hasn't been beneficial for you?
He's
Nah,
still
it's not a good-
Martavius Bryant for
Yeah.
now. He's all good, bro. He's still on his practice.
What
squad.
happened? Something just happened with him where they like.
I think he got signed by like the
Somebody, Titans
USFL or
so-
something.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
think like the NFL was like, sorry about all that weed shit. Now that it's
Yeah.
like legal everywhere.
I'll never understand that. Why they gave Josh Gordon a million chances and then yet like Martavius Bryant was just like, fuck you forever. It's like Josh Gordon gets busted like every 3 weeks and like all he has to do is like have a heartfelt apology letter written to like he had to have just been sucking Roger Goodell's dick. Had to
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good chance of that.
Roger Goodell's pulling that Puff Daddy,
Yeah.
being like, you know what to do.
Yeah.
I can make this all go away.
Luring in. all
Bend
the
over
young
and
black
touch your
men.
toes. I'm gonna show you where the wild goose goes.
Oof. Roger Goodell is kind of like somebody just like photoshopped all of the funniness away from Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, like gave Conan
That's a good way to look.
gave Conan O'Brien an eating disorder, and then just fucking was like, you're not funny.
Like Conan O'Brien, like shut your mouth, take your personality away, and fucking here's some Ozempic.
Yeah.
Your bone density will never be the same.
How long does he have left in the NFL?
Goodell?
Yeah.
Probably maybe a couple of years.
I don't
feel
know.
like
I
most-
feel like they just like
That's right.
re-upped.
They did just re-up him a couple of years ago, didn't they? For like another decade.
I feel like though commissioners usually are like, in that like 15 year window. So was it Tagliabue before him? I think.
I don't even
Yeah.
remember. I feel like my whole NFL life is like Goodell.
No, I think it was Tagliabue. So I think I was like in 99 maybe. Shit, so fuck. Is that no, that can't be right. Yeah, when did Goodell start? That couldn't have been fucking that long ago.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I just fucking watched football games and didn't know who the fucking commissioner was at that point. You know what I mean? Like, well, I was a kid. Like,
Yeah.
the fucking front office of the NFL didn't fucking really do anything
Yeah.
to me.
Well, I think that's the mark of a good commissioner is just not knowing who the fuck you even
Yeah.
are. Like I unfortunately know who fucking Manfred is for the MLB because he's the fucking worst.
Yo, what about like Cheryl's regular that has like this crazy? He was like a state trooper and all this shit. You know that guy?
I don't think so.
You know this man? He would always sit at table 5 for lunch.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like how he went out and shit.
Like left the police force?
No, like so this dude was like he was a state trooper. He did like personal security and shit like this, like in like I don't know if it was Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever, someplace over there.
Like spicy tuna guy. Like
While
or
the Middle East conflict was going on, yeah, he had all the special goat cheese
Yep.
salad, steak on the side, extra dressing, blah blah blah.
yeah. Okay.
Sounds
Oh.
annoying.
Yeah, but he was annoying. But once you broke the ice with him, he tipped you well and shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And you didn't really have to talk to him after that because you knew what the fuck he needed. Just keep
Yeah.
his drink full, leave him alone. You didn't really want to talk to you if you had a dick. You
Yeah,
talked
he was
to
Oh, perfect.
he talked to
Best
Cheryl.
regular ever.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he tip you right. Just get his
All right.
fucking order right. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But he was always the dude was like he had sleeves, always had like a haircut, wore Tim's jeans, and always had like a fucking gun in his
Yeah.
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was always would make sure that he could see the entrance and shit. Mad specific about where he sat and stuff.
Oh, is this the dude who got robbed?
No, he didn't get robbed.
Oh.
This guy, this is how crazy the universe is. This guy rolls around his whole life worrying. You know what I mean? He's a state police officer. He does personal security.
Yeah.
I think he worked for Jay-Z and Beyonce or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stateside. Then did the shit in the war zone and stuff. He had a hit on his head from like some Saudi prince because he killed his friend or some shit like that. Like the dude had a crazy life story. Wouldn't sit with his back to the door. He gets fucking killed by a drunk driver who had crossed the median and fucking crashed right into his fucking car. And
Oh shit.
he like fought for his life for like, I don't know, like a month in the hospital and passed away.
Fuck.
But my first day at the airport, I saw the news story talking about how he had passed, and I go, and they said his name's James Griffin. I guess it doesn't matter. So I say James Griffin passed away. I go, that's crazy. That's fucking Cheryl's regular. I look up. I go, that's fucking homegirl's regular.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. This dude, his whole life probably worried about this shit, and then one split second, like this crazy like Final Destination shit happens. 86.
I mean, you don't have a conspiracy theory on this?
I don't
Seems a
know.
little convenient.
He was. I think he was like involved in a dispensary or something. So maybe it's like trying to get the man out of there or something. I don't have a
I'm just saying,
conspiracy.
I'm not listening to you spout shit about the moon landing and then not having like this guy.
Bro.
Like this could be a thing,
Bro,
Yeah.
but tell me about the moon landing, Ryan. What's your take on this?
Oh, whether it's like real or not?
Yeah.
You think it was like? You think it was filmed in a studio?
Bro, the deep dive that I went on is definitely like a studio film.
I think the moon landing was real.
I think maybe we went there, but I think that what they showed the public is a fake.
I'm sorry I brought
There's
this
too
up.
many things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
I gotta send you the thing. There's too many things to talk about. But another thing that I just saw is they found the original transmission tapes, right? And the way that they're talking to each other, it's physically impossible for them to do that. Like there should be way more time in between. Like they're talking as if we're on walkie-talkies in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're like 200 and something thousand miles away. You got to wait for the sound waves to get there. Like, why is it this instantaneous thing? Like, it's a proven physics that it takes sound this long to go through space. And you're far enough away to where this should be affected. You can't be having instantaneous back and forth on the comms.
Well, then how are they having
The shadows
instantaneous
don't-
back and forth like in the space shuttle with Houston?
They shouldn't be able to do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of, when you go on the deep dive, like, there's a lot of physics that don't make the shadows don't make any sense. They're seeing light pinging off of the cables that they were saying to simulate gravity. The lander's feet, if you go back and look at their notes, they were worried about the metal melting because of how hot the counter landing was going to make. And then you look at the pictures of it on the moon, and they're not even dirty. There's no, like, they didn't sink into the ground at all. Like, it just looks like it was just placed down there.
Well, are you on
Like
like
it's a
the
model.
Are you on like the Kubrick did it? Like
I don't know what I'm on. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at, like, these other things that have been brought
Yeah.
up and saying that this doesn't make sense. I don't have a final theory on all of this.
yeah, all right.
If you made me put a final theory out there, is that there is a fucking, like, a 1% rat racing the fuck out of the rest of us.
Yeah.
Why? And for what? I don't know. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think they would have done that with or without the moon landing. That's my point. So it's kind of just like, what are we doing here? You know? Like, even if we never
Yeah.
went to the moon, they're still doing that to us. So, like, what difference does it
Yeah,
make?
there's been a king for forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, it's just like,
You just don't want to know. I think that's it.
I just don't
If
care.
If it's proven that
I
you didn't go to
legitimately,
moon,
from the
like, your
bottom of my
life
heart,
is
I
gonna
don't
fall
care.
apart.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to look at Hulk Hogan the same. Like,
I love Hulk Hogan.
yeah, but
I-
like, when you feel like a little bit of America when
Dude,
that happens.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, yes.
You see him at the Republican
Well, I
rally
was gonna
ripping
say-
his shirt off.
Yeah, I mean,
I
hey,
get
you know,
it.
he's still
Oh, yeah,
fucking at it.
he went to the Republican National Convention, spoke like on Trump's behalf. He went up on stage and
Yeah.
is yelling.
Let me
ripped
tell
his
you,
tank top
brother.
I
off.
feel like he's
Yeah.
like another, like, he's been dead for a while. It's just like a lamb chop situation. Like, they just
Lamb chop?
Yeah.
Like the puppet?
yeah, like, they're just fucking, like, it's
Somebody has their hand up fucking Hulk Hogan's
What do
ass. Yeah.
like, yeah, or like they put, like,
tell you, brother.
they
That
put
was
one
her
of those
name, Mary.
Boston Dynamic robots inside of his, what do you call that? Like when people have like a deer head made and it doesn't rot away.
Taxidermy?
Yeah, taxidermy Hulk Hogan. They put a Boston Dynamic robot on the inside and fucking.
That's a conspiracy theory I could get behind. Yeah.
I mean, I feel at this point in day, like you could get any meathead and just put like a blonde mustache and a blonde wig with like a bandana over their head
Yeah.
on, and it looked like Hulk Hogan.
So is your theory then like Hulk Hogan is now like the Dread Pirate Roberts, where it's like you could just there's just now like a continuation of it?
I'll accept that
Yeah.
theory.
Like,
why not?
Like Hulk, the actual Hulk Hogan, like Paul McCartney style in the Beatles. Hulk Hogan actually died in like 1991, and there's just been a new Hulk Hogan every 10 years.
If the real Hulk Hogan is still alive, he's like cancer ridden and like 90 pounds in a wheelchair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he's still doing this.
I gotta say, he still fucking looks.
No way.
He's just like controlling the robot. Yes.
He's in a Stephen Hawking chair. It's just like, what the fuck? Be like, hell yes, brother.
Brother.
like Crane from Ninja Turtles. He's
Oh,
just
man.
like living in the guy's abdomen.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have Ninja Turtle toys? Did you fuck with Ninja Turtle
Yeah.
toys?
I had
Yeah,
Ninja
those are
Turtles.
great.
Yeah.
I never had I had the Krang on like the little apparatus, but I
You
never
didn't have
had
the big guy?
I never had the man.
Yeah, I had the big guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have the?
He's expensive, bro. He's like $200 now.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I go to that fucking toy vault place in the Emerald Square Mall, and
Yeah.
like I'll look around and be like, had him,
Yeah.
ripped his head off, melted his face. Yeah, I mean, I had the aircraft carrier, dude.
Dude.
I probably threw out or destroyed $10,000 worth of GI Joes.
Yeah. Well,
Easy, because the aircraft carrier is what, like $4,000 now?
I think really, if you start going back and like deep diving on GI Joe, though, really like the value and shit is like the mailaways and like the variants. If you had those,
Yeah.
And like the heartbreaking thing to me is my mom worked for Hasbro just as like a secretary,
Yeah.
but she had access to whatever this backroom overflow was, and like I watch this shit on YouTube sometimes where guys are like finding them at like flea markets and yard sales and shit.
Yeah.
And it's always like the guys that are on like they're in a piece of plastic with like a red file card or some.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, like I remember getting so many guys not on file cards, just getting them in basically plastic envelopes.
Isn't that shit
With, like,
insane?
And it's like, dude, if I would have just told my mom to fucking order 2 of them, or if I had been smart enough just to like fucking keep them halfway decent,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but you know what,
it's
though?
crazy how much they're worth.
Yeah. Of all of the GI Joes I fucking destroyed, though, that was like the main thing that me and my brother bonded over. So I mean, when
It's
I trade,
worth it.
yeah, exactly. When
Yeah.
I trade my relationship with my brother for
For a Mickey
$10,000,
Mouse Cobra Commander, no.
$10,000 to be close.
Well, I feel it's like it's one of those things nowadays. Like when your kids look at you and you're like, "Well, I want to like buy this action figure and this action figure." It's like, all right, you got a little extra money. It's like buy 2 and just hide one somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like crap like that.
It's crazy though. The action
They don't
figure's
care,
like
though.
$30
Yeah.
now, right? Like the new GI Joe's like $25, $30.
Yeah, I remember going to
Like,
the Toys R Us and like every GI Joe was like $1. Like you could be like, "Oh, give me $4. I'm gonna buy 4 GI Joes." Now it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, now fucking every
maybe like the clearance guys. I remember them being like $3.
whatever. I'm just saying they were cheap. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel my kid's getting into like dinosaurs now, so he wants all those like Jurassic Park fucking action figures, like they're the.
You know what? Let me look
and it's
around.
like,
We
right,
might still
those
have
things start
those.
off like $25-$30 for the small ones.
Oh,
Like,
dude, the big ones are fucking
Yeah.
mad
Oh
expensive.
yeah, he went to Target. He's like, "Oh, I want the big like white Velociraptor T-Rex thing that's like $60, and it's like,
Yeah, no. Let me
No.
talk to the wife because
Nope.
I think we might
Better
still
not
have
say
all
that.
that shit. I'm just saying, if it's free, take it. You know,
Oh,
we had the
God.
fucking
I feel like-
no, it's not a brontosaurus. I'm showing my age. What the fuck is the thing now with the long neck?
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had that fucking thing, dude, and it was like literally like fucking. All right, it was like it's like that.
Mhm.
It's that fucking big. The thing was like $80. Yeah, it's like and they play with it like 3 times and then that's it. You know?
Do you guys have like your inner kid come back out like when you do get like a playset or something like that?
Oh,
for them?
fuck
Like
yeah.
you come home from work
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're like, all right,
Sometimes
who's getting messed up by Shredder?
Yeah.
Daddy's Shredder.
Yeah.
You're all going down.
I do that, and then also I my inner kid comes out like whenever like Halloween comes around, because that's like the time like I'll go into Lowe's and I'll be like,
That's fun.
yo, let's get some fucking decorations. It's like
Like the fucking no,
yeah, that,
the
my
fucking
my
thing.
oh yeah, I'm the inflatable guy. I got like
No,
I got
dude.
all this shit.
Don't
dude.
let him trick you.
Yeah.
It's like his inner kid's not coming out when his like adult kid's coming out. He's like, let me just buy all this shit I can like blow up in the front of my
Yeah.
house.
bro.
Like,
I can't, wait
what-
until the season comes
I-
around.
you never
My
watched
kids-
it. That's
my
not,
kids
that's
love
not
it.
inner kid. That's your adult coming out.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotta make my house the Halloween
this
house.
neighborhood
That's the-
is
that's the-
ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah, it's competition now.
That's the Clark Griswold in me. That's from years of having a neglectful dad. Now I have to fucking be the fucking dad of the year. You know.
No, you know what I feel is like worse when it comes to like kind of playing with my child, and like there's a lot of things I enjoy doing with him, like all the blocks, building stuff, like that's fun. But it's like playing dinosaurs where all they want to do is like fight. Well, you take this one, I'll take this one, and let's smash them together and fight. It's like, buddy, this like isn't fun. You're hurting my hands because you're jamming plastic
Yeah.
into my hands, and it's like there's only so many times I want to sit there and make a dinosaur sound and then just like fall over and die. 'Cause that's
Dinosaurs
kind
do
of the
2 things:
repetition
they
of it.
fight and they fuck.
Yeah.
Which one is it going to be, boy? As I used to say to him.
Nice.
Yeah, he would understand
Make it nice
the word
and slow,
fuck, but
too,
He
and
wouldn't,
make
he wouldn't know
noises.
that meaning.
You're like, let me get this straight. You want to
Brachiosaurus.
slam this $60 Brontosaurus into this $35 Stegosaurus? Like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
how it
part where the
works.
adult comes out, but you have to remember though that when you were a kid, like
Yeah.
that was the fun.
was the best
like
thing ever.
lighting dudes on fire. Like we used to do cryo freeze with the GI Joes. I would put them in like big, like the tall, like plastic drinking cups we had, and I would fucking put them in water and then just throw them in the freezer for like a day, and then come back and they'd all be like broken apart and shit. That was like a part of our GI Joe shit. Like
Yeah.
Cobra got you, man. Cobra didn't fuck around. Like
Yeah,
those
bad
dudes
guy
are
won.
ruthless. It's fucking dark days in Cobra. They're willing to fucking torture you. Obviously, your Cobra experience was
Yeah.
not the same as mine.
Yeah. Ryan.
I might have been a
wasn't that-
serial killer now that I think about it, because I did a lot of shit when I was a kid where I was just like, this is needlessly destructive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think I like I got into like collecting like cards and comics, I think, before I got into like collecting toys.
Yeah.
So it was always, I kind of had this mindset of like keeping things nice from that
Yeah.
other hobby, if you will. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like as soon as I got introduced to like the cards, maybe in like, I don't know, like the 3rd grade, it's like I stopped like the destruction. Now, unfortunately, the G.I. Joes were at like the cusp of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I really want like the G.I. Joes, I fucking tore them apart, made like, you know, put this guy's head on this guy's fucking torso and all this
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean? But the older toys I got, like the Ninja Turtles, probably X-Men, all that shit. Like I had started like being like a 40-year-old virgin, like nerd about them.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
Instead,
I played with all my shit hard. Like Rolling Thunder, my mom still had like some of my G.I. Joe shit still, but it was all like shells of what it once was. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder, and it's missing both of the plastic things on the top. It only had like one of the rockets. It had like 6 of the 8 tires. The other 2 were like broken off.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, you know, you couldn't really even do anything with it other than look at it and be like, this used to be cool.
Let's see how this thing survives getting
Yeah.
thrown down the stairs
Exactly.
a couple hundred times.
Well, that's just it. It was like, yo,
Yeah.
when Rolling Thunder did, you know, it took a lot to take Rolling Thunder down, but when it got taken down, it got taken down. You know,
They got taken down for the last time.
that was fucking like Cobra Commander's helicopter, like going straight into it. You know,
yeah.
bam, fuck you.
I think for a while I had like I was the only child for a long time, and I had amassed like so much stuff. I just had like a multiverse
Yeah,
going on. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. So you had like Ninja Turtles fucking with GI Joes and shit.
Ghostbuster,
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle, G.I. Joe, X-Men.
Did you ever have the Ghostbuster house or whatever, where you dropped slime in it and it, like came through?
I
that
think
was cool.
maybe
Yeah,
Ghostbusters. I think was like early in my.
Yeah.
yeah, that
I was
movie,
young for Ghostbusters.
The first one came out, wasn't it like 85 that the first movie came out?
yeah.
too?
But I was 2, and my brother was, what is that, 5? So yeah, that was kind of in our pocket of
Their
like
fir-
getting toys.
Their first few lines of toys are like heavy on the collector list that I like
Yeah.
watch on YouTube all the
I
time.
had that Proton Pack and the trap.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
love those.
Yeah,
things.
yeah, that
those
was
are
dope.
great.
One of my kids dressed as a right. No, I think Desi and Roland dressed as a fucking Ghostbuster one year for Halloween. We had like, I mean, there were shitty knockoffs of what they used to be. The trap used to like work. Like,
Yeah.
remember it fucking had like the thing like opened up, you'd step on it. Yeah,
There's some cool Ghostbuster toys, man. They're like holograms and like light up shit.
yeah.
I don't know. It was a cool. The cartoon. I fucking fucked with the cartoons way more than like the
Actual movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The movie
Yeah.
itself is actually kind of adult if you watch it again. Like,
Yeah.
I watched it with the kids and shit, and it's like, you know, Ray's getting fucking his dick sucked by ghosts, and it's like now I'm having to explain that to a fucking child. It's like what's he doing? It's like just shut up, and watch the movie.
I forgot
yeah.
about this part.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
reminisce about the Rolling Thunder and its glory days.
Yeah. Well, the '80s were filled with fucking movies like that, where you're just like, you know, oh, this is fun, this is a cool movie, and then all of a sudden you're just like hit with like fucking life's realities, and you're like, turn to your kid, you're like, just disregard
Yo.
that, you know?
What about you? Want to get into another conspiracy theory about
Oh, my
stuff being
God.
hidden in movies?
What? Oh, is this Disney shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I'm not. This isn't even like the normal. Like they're hiding like dicks in Disney.
Yep.
Like this is like there's like some number that appears in Disney all the time, and some guy like broke it down into like chemical compound or some shit, and it relates to like adrenochrome somehow.
What's adrenochrome?
Like that's like the shit that they say that the elitists harvest from. You have to scare a young kid to make him produce adrenochrome, and then you take that, it makes you take that, and makes you young. It's the fountain of youth.
What?
Yeah. You see, bro, you don't even know about real conspiracy theories, and you want to be saying we didn't go to the moon.
This sounds insane.
This is crazy. You don't know
So,
about you know the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
You know at the end when he takes the adrenochrome, like the concentrated adrenochrome, and
Is
he's
that
like,
what
"You're
it
doing
is?"
too much." That's what it is.
Yeah. Where he's seeing like the lizard people fucking?
Yes.
Yeah.
The lizard people. Bro.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like it's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe also tried to tell you about the lizard people. You know in the movie when like Cobra Commander gets kidnapped and by the fucking guy that
Oh,
turns him
I didn't. Oh, you're talking like the animated movie?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
turns him
yeah.
into a snake.
Yeah.
The other people,
Serpentor.
Cobra La.
Yeah. Serpentor was his name, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah, that was his name, wasn't
no.
it?
Serpentor's the guy that they harvest genetics from all around the world from like strong leaders.
Who's
They
the dude?
create Serpentor in a lab to replace Cobra Commander because
Yeah.
they're sick of his bumbling.
Yeah, that was in the movie, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Serpentor's in the movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But the
all right.
guy, I can't think of the guy, Globulus, that's the guy's name.
Yeah.
He's got like a snake body and he travels around in like that orb and he puts the shit in Cobra Commander's face.
Yeah.
It turns him into a snake. I feel like you're a fake G.I. Joe fan. You don't know about the G.I. Joe movie?
I haven't seen this movie in like 37
Your kids
years.
haven't seen the G.I. Joe
no.
movie?
Yeah, no, my kids
This
don't
is
fuck with
some
G.I. Joes.
fucking bullshit, bro.
So my kids don't fuck with G.I. Joes. Like I even brought out like all the G.I. Joes I did have, and like they played with them for like a day, and
They're
that
like,
was it.
fucking dad's
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Fucking stupid.
What is this stupid bullshit using your
Stupid. This is
imagination? I
like-
want to watch fucking YouTube videos.
This is like fucking
Yeah.
gay Minecraft.
Yeah, and what they'll do is they'll watch YouTube videos of some other asshole playing.
Playing.
With fucking GI Joes for hours. You know? Yeah. Goddamn kids these days.
That's the worst.
What
Yeah.
about like do they play video games?
Yeah, but they play like my oldest is starting to get into cool games. We actually just got the NCAA game, like the new one. So we've been fucking around with that. But
I can't play new video games.
Oh,
Like,
really?
There's like too much going on. Like I just can't fucking.
Well, I mean, I don't play
Wait.
video games, but like I'll play like the sports games. Like
Yeah, but I have an extensive old school video game collection. So I'm just thinking like I sit down like if I had a kid, be like, all right, we're
Yeah.
playing Super Mario 3 today, and they get like 2 minutes into it, and like this is the fucking worst.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what it's like. Yeah, I mean,
This
you
is
don't
the
even
worst, Dad. Like,
you don't
you
even
thought
have to
this
go
was
back
fun?
that far. Fucking because they just came out with like a reissued Tony Hawk. Well, not just, but they came out with a reissued Tony Hawk 1 and 2 for the PS5. Updated graphics
Yeah.
and shit and whatever. And I got that, and I was like, we're gonna fucking lay it down, guys.
dude.
Like, get ready. We're doing this for the next like 8 hours. It's like they did like 2 runs, like fell on like ollieing twice, and they're like, fuck this. I don't want to do this. It's like I hate you people. It's like, yeah, they don't
What
care
the
anymore.
Fuck, dude.
Then they turned on like Fortnite and like did dances and shot each other in the face. Fucking kids
Dude.
nowadays are just gonna be straight nihilists. Like they just don't care about anything.
What's like the last shooting game that you guys got into? That you could play that you thought that you weren't just like, oh, I'm just gonna die all the time.
Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah. Well, so the last shooting game I was actually good at.
Or
Fuck.
one where you actually felt like you were having fun competing with your friends and
Yeah.
not just like a bunch of kids were just murdering you.
Yeah, probably Modern Warfare 2 or whatever.
So
Like
you
PS2.
graduated.
Yeah.
I never made it past GoldenEye on N64.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that was the last one I was good at. Even the Modern Warfare games, though, like I went in there just being like, I hope I can get like 8 kills and be like the 8th best person in this shit,
I just can't do. I can only like operate off Wolfenstein. like,
yeah.
I can't walk and like move my gun sight up
Right.
and down independently.
I got a Switch and like I downloaded the 64 app on it and it has GoldenEye. Can't play it anymore.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
it's-
It's like so confusing.
Yeah.
Why? Because you
'Cause
upgraded
it's like,
to being
'cause
able to play
it's
like Halo and
strafing
shit.
up and down. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so confusing.
You
trying
need
to
the
go
old
backwards with
controller,
that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
right?
Well, I had the same experience where like I was like, oh, let's download the 64 thing and I'll play GoldenEye with my kids, and it was like 4 minutes in, my kids were like, this sucks, and I'm like, this kind of does suck.
This does suck.
Yeah, I think I am all set with this. Yeah.
Yeah, but you played it on like a modern thing.
Yeah, no. Well, that's just it. You
That's
need
it, yeah,
you needed
you got
like
it.
the original controller.
Bro, I'm gonna set it up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna set it up for touch.
Do you still
tips.
have 64?
Yeah, I have everything, bro. I have
Oh
like
my
in a
God.
Actually,
wicked
I would
extensive
100% be down with that. If you wanted to set it up for like the next episode and do like an episode where we're
old
just
of like Twitch.
yeah, we're just playing slappers. Yeah,
What's that?
slappers and GoldenEye, fucking where you just
Slap-
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Nah, bro. I like playing like automatics and one shot, one kill. You just fucking spray that
Yeah.
shit.
I say I was a proximity mine too.
Oh no,
guy.
I like the fucking
Yeah.
grenade
Sounds great.
launcher, and you play in the temple, and you can
Yeah,
fucking
it's-
shoot people through the
Yeah.
floor and stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What about like back? You ever play it back in the day where like kids took it mad serious at the sleepover, and they put like the cardboard on the TV so you couldn't look at each
See,
other's
yeah.
No
screen.
shit, huh?
Uh,
Like the two kids would have to sit close to the TV.
Yeah.
Like I played it. We had some competitions, man.
Yeah. Well, I went to boarding school, so like that was
Yeah.
a thing, like figuring out who the best at fucking GoldenEye was in the dorm.
How about Turok?
Turok, I wasn't a big Turok guy, but it was like
I never
yeah.
had it. Like
Yeah.
I remember my one neighbor had it and would never let me play it.
Yeah.
Oblivion is at hand, my man.
Yeah.
That was like the main cheat code.
Oh, for Turok?
Yeah.
I gotta get
love
it. I
that
gotta buy
game.
it on eBay. We'll set it up.
Fucking, you used to be like a huge video game guy. Like I remember,
Yeah.
like he used to be, like
Yeah, bro.
I-
we just like unlock like a super. But we gotta have to have like a new channel.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
set
he
it
was
up
fucking
on the TV.
Yeah, he always fucking like you used to play like the Final Fantasy games. It's like you would spend 100 hours playing those fucking games. It's like I don't even know how the fuck you do that, and you would
Yeah.
get good at them too.
Yeah.
The last.
What a
the-
waste of time that was. But yeah, yeah. Summertime. What am I doing? I'm spending 100 hours on Final Fantasy. VII.
I feel like all of us have like a summer that we spent playing in a video game.
Oh yeah,
Like like Tony Hawk 2. I
few.
definitely listened to like the first Disturbed album and played Tony Hawk that entire summer.
yeah.
I found all the secret grinds. I unlocked Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was living my life, bro. It was the fucking best.
Yeah, that's summer of like Unreal Tournament. I think that was like PlayStation 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like those were just like, yeah, shoot the shit out of them games, like basically like blowing people up with all sorts of guns.
What about? I feel like once you get past like the Super Nintendo, Sega days, like the cheat codes exist so much that you're gonna beat the game if you want to beat the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
So
No,
what about-
there are games on Sega and Super Nintendo and Nintendo that were straight impossible to beat.
So what's
like,
what's one that you remember that you're like, dude, I never got to the end.
I
of
mean,
it.
if you want to go back to
fucking-
the earliest memory, mine is Top Gun for Nintendo, the original Nintendo. You had to be a legit fucking pilot in order to land the fucking thing onto the aircraft carrier. Does anyone else remember playing that game?
I feel like
No.
I remember like trying to play it and being like, this is fucking stupid. Like,
Top Gun, the first level is just you are up in the air, and it's like afterburner kind of shit where you're just
Yeah, but
then
is
at
it
the
like
end of,
first person, you're in the pilot seat, like looking out the window of the
no,
plane.
you're
and,
behind the plane, so it's just like, you know, but it was weird, but it was not a good game. But the thing
like
is,
a top, like a top view and the plane's flying around.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
And then, but at the end of the level, you would have to fucking land the plane on the aircraft carrier. Impossible to do. I've never seen anyone do it. Like, it's like, point up, slow down, point down, slow up, point up, crash into the fucking water. It's like, there's no way this is this difficult.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I think there's a lot of games on NES that are kind of like flawed
Yeah.
like that. You
Yeah.
know, like, I don't know. The game that I remember putting the most effort in and never being able to beat it is the first Sonic.
Okay.
Like I never was
Yeah.
able, especially after you get through this fucking the labyrinth where you're like drowning all the
Yeah, I
time.
hated the drowning
And then
levels.
like the last one is like you're in this room where like he's trying to like crush you in all these different tubes. I could never fucking.
Yeah.
I saw my stepdad do it once and that's it. And one summer I fucking was like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done.
Mega Man was another one that was like impossible to beat.
Another Nintendo one,
Yeah.
right? Fucking Nintendo.
Yeah.
I got Rescue Rangers, the Flintstones. I could never beat
Yeah.
those.
Punch Out, another one I could never beat.
I've seen that beat. I feel like
I've
my
seen it
brother
beat, but
that,
like you have to be like a super nerd to do it.
What
Yeah.
about you ever play a game called Jackal? You're like a pair of military jeeps on like rescue missions.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
going,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
my brother and I tried to beat that for years. We could never fucking beat it.
Yeah.
Contra.
Well, Contra, you could do it with
I think
the
I
code.
cheat code. Yeah, I think I cheat
Well, yeah,
coded.
the
Yeah.
cheat code.
But like with the 3 lives, impossible. I don't know how anyone could possibly do it.
What about a
down,
spaceship
down,
game
left,
called
right, left, right.
Gradius?
BA start. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
A spaceship game called Gradius.
I remember that game, but I never really played
There's
it.
one on
Yeah.
Gradius 3 called on Super Nintendo, and it's kind of like you build the ship that you want to happen as you collect upgrades in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like, you know, like choose your own destiny kind of game. But I played that game with my brother. We're 9 years apart. So my brother's like coming into his video game era, right? And I'm like, we're going to beat this. It's going to be a cool memory for us. I think that we're in the last level. And like YouTube finally comes around the internet. I'm like, let's see how far we are. We're not even at the halfway point
Yeah.
of the game. Like, they made some fucking bangers that you were never going to beat.
Do you remember the game Golden Axe? Golden Axe was like for Sega Genesis. It was like, you know, your typical like, you know, you're
Like Streets of Rage
Yeah,
with
exactly.
monsters a little
yeah,
bit.
you're
like,
a dwarf, you're a dude, a barbarian,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
You would play that game, and then at the end of the game, it would be like you would be about to get to the last guy, and then it would literally stop and be like, "You didn't play it on the hardest level. You don't get to play the last guy." It's like, I just fucking did all of this shit. I got all the way here, and now I have to start all over again on the hardest level. Like, fuck yourself. Yeah.
Ghosts and Goblins. Remember that
Yes,
one?
I do
Where it was
remember
like
that.
the side
Vaguely.
scroller, and
Yeah.
you were the knight, and you would just pick up random
Yup,
weapons and
yup.
you'd like throw them at like all the enemies. It was like littered with like just enemies that would spawn anywhere, and you could never like beat it. But like I kind of played it one day on Switch, and you can on Switch you could like save at any point. So if you die, you can just go back to your save point, and like you can keep saving as you move forward without actually dying in the game to some extent.
Yeah.
I got all the way to the end of that game, and it was like, well, you forgot to pick up the certain weapon back in level 1, so restart. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, like,
you fucking
yeah, like I
cocksucker.
played this game for fun, for nostalgia. I'm like, I'll never pick it up again. For
I
as
hate
long
you
as I'm
people.
alive now. Like,
Yeah. I feel like that's the fundamental difference between video games now and video games then. Video games then like were designed because they were like, oh fuck these kids, they're gonna hate this game. Now it's like it's just all money making. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
all
they-
like how can I get you to spend as much money as you possibly can in this fucking.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
They want you to beat the game now.
Yeah.
Just to spend like, well, now get the expansion. Now
Yeah.
buy this weapon. And
Yeah.
go buy this outfit. It's like, fuck yourself.
But before all that stuff was like just an unlockable. Like
Yeah.
that's what I kind of liked about the Tony Hawk franchise or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was the last. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Tony Hawk were like the last two games that I played like all the time.
Yeah.
Like getting after it. You know what I mean? And to some extent, it's like you could never beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's always something to find, always something to like keep chasing.
The original
It's like-
GTA wasn't even a game. Like, do you remember the first
Like the
one?
top view one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I love that game.
I could never master like the logistics of playing it.
Yeah.
Like
Well, but even then, there was no game to play. It was just I'm just gonna drive around in this car and run people over. Like, do you remember
yeah, I'm
the
getting
fucking,
like visions of it. Yeah.
Do you remember the conga line of like Harikari guys? You remember like
No.
the Buddhist priests or whatever, and like the orange, and you would just like run the whole.
Yeah,
line
I remember
down?
flame throwing them.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That's like where it all started.
yeah.
I used to love like the more modern GTAs though. Like you just fucking like put the weapons cheat code on and just go into the police station.
Yeah,
And
just go
start
nuts.
fucking blasting, bro. Like I would just try to see like how fast I could get as many stars and like how long I could
Survive.
make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
Like
didn't
a good
really care
old
too
good
much
old
about.
fashioned rampage.
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't care too much about the game.
Yeah,
What about another? You guys ever play Kid Chameleon?
yeah,
Yeah.
Sega Genesis.
Nobody
Yeah.
ever fucking knows that.
Yeah,
Bro, fuck Kid Chameleon for right now. I'm at the airport yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fucking on the stupid tracks that walk for you.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck behind these fucking Neanderthals that aren't fucking walking and
Right.
being on the just standing there with their luggage in my
yeah.
way.
They're not taking full advantage.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. Like I just don't have it in me. I'm after a long shift, and I'm just like, fuck it. I'll just fucking stand here instead of being like, excuse me.
yeah.
And I'm standing there and I fucking look out the window and I see a fucking red balloon floating in the distance. And I'm fucking like zooming in on it. And I'm like, even like not even caring that these idiots behind me are hearing me be like, balloon. And I fucking go to like end the video and I realized that I had only just started the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not doing it again. Fuck.
Yeah.
Missed
Fuck.
it.
You saw red? Did you see the red balloon? Do you know what we're talking about?
The old movie.
Yeah, the old movie,
Like where
yeah.
there's like the kid,
Yeah.
and he's
That's
like
what I'm
floating
saying.
around on
I-
the balloon.
I think you
after
just-
the-
It's only like our birth year that's
Yeah.
been like exposed to this.
Well,
or
it
no,
was
you're
like-
a
that
year
wasn't-
younger,
That
right?
wasn't an American film, was it?
No, it was like a French movie.
Yeah, right.
But it was like the kind of I don't know why, but it was like all over the place when we were kids.
Why did they
Yeah.
make us watch
I
that,
don't
dude?
know.
Like we're gonna
Yeah.
find like
It was just like one of those things. I think we saw it as like American people, and like, oh, this is so cultured. Let's
Yeah.
show it to our children. And it's
Yeah.
like, this movie's just fucking stupid with a
it's
kid
like
with a red balloon.
Schindler's List on Diet Coke. Like,
Well, I mean, less Jews died, I'm sure.
oh, it's
I
just
don't,
like this.
I don't
re-
remember
is
that in the movie.
Is
Yeah.
is the movie black and white
Yeah, it's
with
black
just a
and white,
red balloon?
with a red
So it's
balloon,
fucking
yeah.
isn't Schindler's List like fucking black and white and there's some broad in a
Yeah.
red dress or some shit
Right, but not every movie is like Schindler's List because it's black and white. you
with
know?
a red fucking thing as
Yeah.
the main and like The Giver with the red apple.
What's The Giver? I don't
You
even
don't know?
know.
I know about a book that you don't know about.
No, yeah.
You don't know about The Giver?
I do not know about The
Wow.
Giver. Yeah,
You have to check it out.
I will.
Yeah,
I don't want to ruin it for
what,
you.
what year in school did you read that?
Oh, I don't even know if I really
Eighth
read it, bro.
grade.
I probably just read the fucking cliff notes and was like, ah.
Gay.
I just knew there was a red apple
Uh,
when we went over it in class.
Well, I did for a while. I was in like AP English, so I did like get taught how to like
yeah.
digest and appreciate like, you know, lay motifs and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought up like a
Deus
book.
ex machinas.
Well, I brought up like a fucking Steinbeck book. I brought up like Tortilla Flats. And you're like, yeah, I read that book. It's like, oh,
Nah,
okay.
nah, nah.
Yeah. What was it?
Steinbeck.
Yeah.
Is there some Steinbeck movie about like there's like college friends and he like pushes them out of a tree or some shit
No.
and then he like feels he's reflecting about it years later? No, there's a Steinbeck movie about bums that like fucking save the overflow and drink it.
What did-
Canary Row is
yeah,
that a Steinbeck?
Cannery Row.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that's what I was
That's
talking
what I know
about,
about.
actually. Yeah, Cannery Row. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're cultured. You know it.
Yeah.
Of Mice and Men, too. That's the one where
I
the
was just gonna say
yeah.
that. I know that guy too.
Yeah. Blows his brains out by the river. Remember
Yeah,
that?
doesn't he kill his friend? He
Yeah.
kills his retard friend
Yeah.
for being a fucking retard.
Well, I mean,
He was, yeah, a
you
little
know,
more than that.
it's a little more subtlety and nuance to it than that, but in essence,
Like
yeah.
retard and rape.
He accidentally killed somebody, and then he was just like, rather than turning him over to the authorities, he just was like, yeah,
Blasted him.
yeah, just blew his fucking brains out. Think about the rabbits.
I mean, I
Yeah.
would want it that way.
Honestly, I wish every day of my life somebody would just walk up behind me and blow my fucking brains out. So
Damn.
Like if you
Yeah.
were like Ryan doesn't know he's gonna get arrested and serve the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do him a favor and tell him a funny joke and then shoot him in
Yeah.
the back of the head.
oh, 100%. If I'm going to jail,
Yeah, that's a
definitely
good
kill
friend.
me.
That's a
Yeah,
good friend.
Yeah. I'm too pretty to last in prison.
I've also enjoyed you bringing up like
That's
the
too
loyalty
fat.
that you have to your children. Like you're like, if they committed something egregious, like I would help them.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I would help them.
Yeah. Within no, not even within reason. I would do some horrible shit for
But
my
I want to
kids.
see. I've brought
That's
this up.
honestly, that's the foundation of all of human society, though.
This is what I
That's
brought-
why we're in this mess in the first place. Every fucking horrible thing has been done in the name of your
Yeah.
children. You know?
I got to give them a better life.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to kill these people that don't believe in the same
Exactly.
lizard people as me.
Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see.
Woof.
We've talked about this before, but I want to see. I want to see the opposite end of this. Where I've seen this prank happen, where this guy goes home and he's like, "Yo, I got to fight this guy, and he's got a kid, so you got to fight him." And it's like you put your kids to the test of like who's really ride or die.
Yeah.
And it's a dad doing it to like two daughters, and like one of them's like ready to go, and the
Yeah.
other one's like, "I don't think that we should be doing this." And
Yeah.
no, we got. So I want to see that.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
I do.
And I want to see you do the thing. Your kids are probably too old for it now, so maybe Ryan's got to do it. But when you fucking like deploy a Grinch to your house at Christmas time, have you seen those movies?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
The kid,
The
kid
kid
losing
jumps
his
out of the
fucking
bushes
mind.
and the kid starts screaming.
yeah, but no. Some
Poor
people
kid.
take it like far. They fucking take the Christmas tree and the presents and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm thinking of one where like it's like two people like sitting like on a like chair with their kids or whatever, like you could tell like they're doing like a photo op and there's like trees behind, and then all of a sudden the Grinch like bursts out of the trees and like starts running after the kids, and the kids both get up off their laps and like scatter, and you just see like
That's
they're
awesome.
running towards the camera, you can just see them being like you know, it's
I feel like you owe it to like your family to do that and
Yeah.
have like a professional photographer to
Oh, yeah.
capture those faces that you were just
Yeah.
making. Like,
we I grew up in a house that like my parents used to just like scare the fuck out of us all the time, or like, you know, fuck with us all the time. I remember one time my brother was taking a shower, and this was at the height of like America's Funniest Home Videos. So like everybody was watching that. Like, do you remember that era where like just
Yeah.
everybody was watching that every single week? Everyone in your school, it was just that was the thing to do.
Rest in peace, Bob Saget. You know.
Yeah, R.I.P. But my brother's in the shower, right? So me and my mom have it set up where she has like the camcorder, and I go in there and I just open up the shower curtain, and she's just filming, and my brother has like shampoo all in his hair, and he's butt naked, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Fucking blah, blah, blah," and we're like recording it, and then because I got to give my mother credit, dude, she was the fucking so diabolical with this shit. Like for the next week, like 2 weeks even, she was like, "We sent in the video. We're gonna see how well we do. Like it's gonna be hilarious." Blah blah blah. And like she was setting it up for so long that my brother was just like, "Yeah, fuck you. There's no way you sent in that fucking video. Stop fucking with me." Blah blah. So my mother like has it queued up on the TV. Like that week, like it's America's Funniest Home Videos. It's like, you know, hey, we're watching it tonight. Tonight your shit's gonna be on. My brother's still not like, fuck this is bullshit. So, but she has it queued up in the VCR, like, right? And he's like, we're just young enough. We're like, you know, we don't fucking know.
you're not
anything.
gonna catch the switch.
Exactly.
Like,
So, like in the middle of it, she just all of a sudden, you know, in the middle of the clip, she hits play, and it just like clicks on, comes on, and it's just him in the shower, butt naked. He lost his shit. He was crying. He was like, "My fucking friends watch this. I can't fucking believe you would do this, dude." He didn't talk to like, and then afterwards we had to be like, "It's a fucking joke, dude." Like nobody like, obviously we didn't send in a picture or a video of a butt naked kid in a fucking shower, you know. It took him like days before he would even talk to her again. Like it was fucking so good. Yeah, but that's the kind of shit that I loved. Like just fucking with your kids like that. You know?
That's
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fucked up. That's going all the way.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure
Like-
my brother has fucking trust issues to this day that are like fucking ingrained in that.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
his lady's
Shit.
like, "You want to make a movie?" He's
Yeah.
like, "No."
Yeah. I mean, to this day, I don't think there's anything I find more funny than a kid crying. Like, if you show me like a video of a kid crying, like I'm immediately like laughing my ass off.
Like that era of like camera phones when people are like, "Let me take your picture so it's in my contacts."
Yeah.
He just starts crying.
Yeah.
At a house party.
Yeah.
Uncontrolled PTSD.
I'm glad you said that because, like, I usually cry when my children cry. Like, or I usually laugh when my children cry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
Oh,
like, I'm
man,
not sitting there
so
fucking
funny.
Try
Yeah.
not to look my kid in the eyes while he's crying.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at his face.
I've also had a funny thought of like my wife is from like a bigger family that's from a bigger family. So like if you go to a family gathering, there's all these like little kids running around now.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, how fucking funny would it be to get like the Nerf gun with like the drums?
Yeah.
You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? You know, and you just pull up and you be like, all right, you ready? You put like a mask on or something, and you just come fucking crushing everybody. Like
Nerf guns do not fuck around anymore.
And then like
Yeah.
at the end, like you just like be like, you guys can have these, and
Yeah.
like now you've like cursed these parents into like Nerf guns for like
Yeah.
6 months. You know what I mean?
I got like the kids like Nerf guns, dude, that are like fucking fully automatic. It's like these fucking huge barrels of
Yeah.
like balls where it's like, it's like Jesus Christ, dude.
that's why they don't care about fucking GoldenEye.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
They don't care about human life anymore with those fucking things, dude. That's like straight training them to be like fucking murderers, you know? Yeah.
It is amazing, like the amount of like little like cliches or like things that come out from Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Like all like the things like kids are saying nowadays. They're all like in reference to like Fortnite or some other stupid thing, and it's like, how is
He's
this
got
that?
Skibbity Riz.
It's like, yeah, like how is this like?
Yeah.
How is this just transitioning into like mainstreamless like talking?
Well,
dialogue.
that's how
It's
it fucking that's how it was
Yeah.
with us.
I guess so.
It's our I mean, it's all of our shit was like that. Now we say our shit and everyone's like, you're fucking old, and it's like, God damn it. Yeah.
It's like we're like hating on Fortnite, and it's like you guys don't remember that you once quoted the VJ Jesse from MTV.
Jesus Christ, I forgot all about that guy. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean everything we fucking said was basically just like from Beavis and Butthead. That's like that was what we did, you know?
Beavis and Butthead definitely taught me all of my early curse words.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a cultural touchstone for everyone.
I remember one time I was at summer camp and I saw some kid doing this, and I thought it was like a fucking like the middle finger or some shit, and I was like, "What is that?" And really, he was just fucking calling time out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't even know what he was doing. I just saw him doing that, and I was like, "Yes, a new way to be bad."
Yeah.
And then like on the bus ride home, I like jumped up over the seat and like did that to someone. They're like, "What?" It was like the situation, like you don't know what mung means.
Yeah.
You don't know what that means. And I was like, "Oh,
I don't know what mung means. What the fuck is mung?
you don't know about mung?"
No, it's mung.
Oh, bro, this is a fucking funny fucking story. I don't think you worked at the place that we all did in time to know this other dude, but so Mung is like from South Park. It's an early South Park episode where they're trying to play the brown noise,
yeah.
and they all get together and they're gonna play a recorder concert. But the boys have this plot where there's like a note that you can hit where if people
Yeah,
hear
the
it,
brown noise.
they're gonna
Yeah.
make the whole planet shit their pants. Like that's the plot.
Yeah.
But in this episode, they come across another school bus, and these kids from New York, they talk like this, and they're like, "You guys don't know what mung means?" And mung, I guess, is like the blood that comes out of like a pregnant lady or some shit like that. It's some period blood or some
Yeah.
shit like that. And so around the time of this episode, I lived in Florida, and my boy Dave, who's like a legendary bartender,
Yeah.
he fucking starts labeling Bloody Mary mix as mung. Or actually, I lied. It was a raspberry mint reduction that they
Yeah.
did, but it's close
Still,
enough. He just named
yeah.
it mung. So I took mung and started putting on Bloody Marys when I started working at the burger joint
Yeah.
that we all work at. So fucking people start labeling it mung. They're all in on the joke. And one day, I don't know, bartenders call out, managers call out. The president of the place comes into the restaurant. He's hardly ever there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he's back behind the bar. He decides to do like a deep clean. And now he's walking around the restaurant. I only know this because my brother was working. He's got the things. He's like, "What is mung?" And he's like a high intensity. You know who I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
He's like a very high intensity dude, like loud voice. Always
Yeah.
like you'll hear, does anybody know what mung is? And like my
And then
brother
somebody
was
had
like,
to be like, period blood?
he was like, it was the funniest fucking scene, like to see unfold from like a fly on the wall. Like, and he's like, I didn't have the heart to tell him like the whole backstory on it, but
I mean, to me, that's the golden. They missed the opportunity to have the joke at the end. You know, somebody had
you
to.
guys don't know what mung
Yeah,
is.
exactly. You guys don't know what mung is?
Speaking of red liquid spilling everywhere,
Oh.
remember we were working at that spot and someone hung the ketchup on the wall with the fucking cap off of it.
Yeah.
Like we had these big like boxes of ketchup.
Ketchup. Yeah.
They were in like
Like
the,
industrial size.
Yeah, they were in the bags. You pull the cap off, you screw
Like a
like
soda
yeah,
bib of ketchup.
the reusable like nozzle back on, and
Yeah.
you put it on the wall. Some kid we were working with, same thing. I won't say who, had put the box of ketchup on the wall. But what he had done is he just removed the plastic cap and never put the nozzle on,
So it's just pouring down.
pouring everywhere. And then like in whatever. I mean, there wasn't many places to hang that thing, but they had put it like right at the top of the basement stairwell. So it's kind of one of those things where the shit
It's like
spills and
pouring
it's
down
like,
the
you're
stairs.
just waiting for somebody to like slip and fucking kill themselves. But yeah, I was just thinking of that. All of a sudden, we were talking about the hill and red liquid, and
Yeah.
The repercussions of that weren't too good for him.
Yeah, no. Well, people are dumb.
He
That's-
still comes into my bar and bugs me from time to time. And like one of my last few shifts at the mixology spot, I was kind of like training my replacement, and he's like, he sees him and he goes, he's not gonna stay. And I go, no, he's gonna fucking stay, dude. I go, everybody's fucking annoyed with this kid. He goes, no, he doesn't. He's like, I had a falling out with my business partner. He's like friends with him. He goes, he doesn't like me. He's not gonna stay. And I was like, is this fucking kid that they hired like a repellent?
yeah.
Like he's a fucking MS repellent. Like
Yeah.
I've never met. So like I don't know you really, but the fact that you possess this characteristic, I was like, come with me, my
Yeah.
son.
He's like,
Come with me.
he's joined your X-Men crew.
Yes.
It's like, I need this guy around me at all times.
Yeah. I don't know who I would be. Like I was a big like Wolverine and Gambit fan, so I don't know who I would be in this, but he
Okay.
can be the other
Well,
guy.
Wolverine and Gambit are in the new Deadpool movie. Maybe you should put aside your your intense hatred of Deadpool and go watch it.
I don't have a hatred for Deadpool. I just feel like he got stolen from me.
I mean, the
gays took him.
I think at this point in time, you could just say the gays make everything probably better. Like, when gays move into your neighborhood gets nicer.
But
Gays?
how did the gays take Deadpool from you?
I don't
I
know.
think
He
he's
was
like a
on this whole
fucking-
rant last time.
Yeah, he's like a fucking homo now.
Deadpool?
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, Deadpool was like
Yeah.
our boy.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think you're just bringing this to it. Yeah.
You're like, no, Ryan, you're making this up.
Are we talking about like Ryan Reynolds or actually like the
Like
character?
the
Deadpool?
character, he's got like fucking homo tendencies.
Define homo tendencies.
I'll do a deep dive.
All right.
I'll get some bullet points together for this.
Didn't
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman come out as being gay all of a sudden or something?
I
Am
thought he
just
did,
hearing that?
but then nobody ever talked about it, so I don't know. Like, I thought I heard that.
I can't have Wolverine and Deadpool both be gay.
What?
It just can't.
I mean,
just can't.
they're fictional
I'm not gonna
characters.
watch
You know that,
X-Men
right?
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Ryan Reynolds is like married to Blake Lively.
Yeah.
And they have like
I don't understand
2 or
what
3
that
kids.
has to do with anything.
That's true. We,
You
he
know what
could
makes,
be a beard.
speaking of
Well,
Ryan Reynolds,
isn't gay, and Hugh Jackman might be.
yeah, so I don't. They gotta like switch costumes now.
Yeah. And cut the ass cheeks out of both of them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
They need to replace his claws with just dildos.
Oh man,
That I would watch 100%.
You ever see what's that movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No, that was that was like in that period of time where like I just stopped watching movies.
Like it was actually like a really good movie, but
Yeah.
there was a point. It's like based on like it was kind of just based on like human emotion and like the connections of like family, but like it also spans through this multiverse. But like the best part of that movie,
I can't wait
Well,
for
it's actually a really good
dildo fingers
movie.
to come back
no,
somehow.
but like the main character and this other person who was played by Jamie Lee Curtis, they have hot dog fingers, and it's like the funniest part of the movie because they're like kind of loving each other with their hot dog fingers. It was fucking hilarious.
Loving each other with their hot dog fingers.
I'm serious, man. It was so funny.
Yeah, I could get
One of those
behind
things
that.
where you're like, it's like this movie's really like won some awards, like Academy Awards.
I'll be honest
dog
with you.
fingers?
Like, I've been so perverted by like pornography in the 21st century that Jamie Lee Curtis loving people with hot dog fingers. I was kind of like, I'd
it's
pay,
in my search history.
I'd pay to see that. Yeah.
I feel like don't they say like nowadays that like X-Men was like Stan Lee's being like, no kids, like it's okay to be gay. It's all right to be different.
Maybe. Yeah, it is okay to
You
be
don't know
gay
nothing
and-
about this, bro. Deadpool's a fucking homo, and X-Men was the fucking trick us into accepting gay people.
Yeah.
So saying
What do you
that,
mean trick us into accepting gay
Wolverine
people?
with fucking dick claws is like a perfect like fucking gay parade. Like shove this down your throat with your fucking weirdo Olympic opening act agenda.
I'm just
you
saying,
know?
my man, you put on a yellow jumpsuit and get some dildo claws, bro. You're a version of Wolverine, my man.
I'm in it.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
are
we've
in it.
already talked about my superhero time where I had to defend the streets.
You're retiring from Bruce Wayne and
Yes.
moving on to Wolverine.
Yeah, I was fucked with Batman. I felt when we were talking about toys and all that stuff, like I had all the Batman action figures too.
I don't know why. I feel like every like Dominican or Puerto Rican guy I ever meet is like a huge Batman fan. Has anyone else like discovered this phenomenon? Like, no, it's like, dude, like I can't tell you how many like Puerto Rican guys I've seen with like Batman tattoos where I'm like, yeah. Like I don't know why they identify with this character so much.
I really don't feel like it's bound to like Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. I feel it's just like it's everybody. Like I've seen women with Batman tattoos. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just a thing.
Yeah, I don't
feel
know.
Like people just love Batman.
I just find it odd that like, minorities like kind of like flock to a superhero who's a white billionaire. Like it doesn't seem like those should be driving. You know what I mean?
Not really, but
Well, now
I like
I'm the
who am I to
monster.
fucking
All
judge?
this guy's talking about killing gay people, and I get fucking called out for Puerto Rican Batman tattoos.
Yeah.
Mexicans have their
Yeah.
superhero. His name is Steel. He's the minority black man or minority Superman, and that's it.
I don't even know who Steel is.
Aren't they forcing like Blue Beetle on everybody or something?
Oh, they tried to. Did anyone watch that movie?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can imagine.
I don't know what that is.
It's like one of the
Another, like-
DC movies. I never watched any of the DC movies.
Fucking stupid.
You know what I would enjoy? Like a reboot of The Tick.
Yeah,
They did
but they
that.
did that actually, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon.
I
redid
know that there was like a live action one a while ago, and the guy who's like painted his face in Seinfeld for
Yeah.
the Devil's Games is like The Tick.
Yeah, dude is the voice of Joe in Family Guy. Yeah,
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, same guy. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, that's him.
I just thought it was
Yeah,
like the same
sure
three
is.
people doing voices in Family Guy.
Yeah, no, he's
That adds something to like that room.
What do you mean?
Like that
the
the voice actor room who's
Yeah.
like hanging out back there.
Oh yeah,
There's something else he was in recently. But they
he was in Ted. You remember the movie Ted, where he's the guy who
says all the
yeah,
gay
it's like,
things.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I got really fucked up, and there was this text message of me texting somebody asking them to beat me up, and then I woke up and I was all fucked up. And there's like, are you in some sort of gay underground beat up club?
I think I've seen Ted a lot, and I maybe I just get way too high before I watch movies and fucking.
Maybe,
I
yeah.
don't-
Maybe you do.
Was it that we talked about this the last episode? I think that me and you tried to go see a movie one time. We went to the wrong movie theaters.
Yeah.
Was that Logan?
That might have been because I never saw Logan in theaters. That might
So-
have been.
so
So you
ruined
never
it.
even went to the.
So
you
you
just
went-
said I'm
yeah.
fucking going home after
Well,
this
yeah,
dumb shit.
no one else was there. I was like at the movies by myself, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna be way too
Go
tempted to jerk off in this movie theater by myself.
I would have jerked off in that movie. Professor X was hot.
Wow,
He was also like all mentally disabled.
I didn't
and
know
shit.
you were into vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. They don't fight back. You know.
I saw somebody like a funny thing. Like we talked about, like because Renee got stuck watching that movie with me, and I go, "How'd you like that movie?" She's like, so, "He just doesn't die, and then he fucking gets claws out of nowhere, and then he dies."
Yeah.
So, but I just saw somebody kind of having that same reaction to Professor X, being like, "Why doesn't the motherfucker just make himself walk?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
But then some nerd chimed in and was like, "That's not it. Fucking."
I fucking hate nerds. Nerds are the worst.
There's a difference between telekinesis and telepathy. That's what it was.
Yeah, no.
I just pulled it out of nowhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be
There is a
reading the
difference.
back of those X-Men cards hard.
Yeah.
Like, you ever collect the cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'd just be reading those little factoids.
Yeah.
I have series 90 through 93. So I have like 4 complete series of Marvel cards.
Oh, that's cool. I
I
wish
don't
that's
even-
some of the stuff I still wish
I
I,
don't even know what to
had.
do with them.
There's nothing you can do with them.
There's like they're like it's basically like I have to like either like get them individually graded,
Yeah.
which costs like $75 at least
Yeah.
a piece.
Yeah, each card. Yeah.
And that, or it's like I just sell them as a whole, and it's like I don't even know what to do with them.
You could
Yeah.
do something cool, like have like an artist like encapsulate them in like resin. You know what I mean? Like
You're
a
just big
sheet
on
of them.
encapsulating everything in resin.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of cool stuff with that.
I think I'd rather just like sell them for $1,000 and save myself the money on.
I think you're gonna sell them for like $150.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was looking like some of those cards. I think like there's like a
Complete
Spider-Man or
base
like
sets
a,
are like $200.
not even. It's like you break up the set if you think you got some like gems in
part
there.
out the
Yeah, they were saying like the Captain America one, if everything like a mint 10 is like something worth like $5,000. So it's like some of them are worth money, but once again, it's like I don't have a mint 10, and it's like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, you have
And
like
do
a
you- and do you wanna
$50
throw-
Captain America.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
like,
want to
yeah,
throw
like-
$750 down to have these graded to find out that you're only going to get fucking $950 back anyway?
And it's like even if that Captain America is like a 9, like the difference between a 9 and a 10 is probably about like
$4,000.
$4,500. Yeah, it's like fuck that.
Yep.
Talking about collecting things and keeping them nice.
I saw this thing where they figured out how to use some kind of medical device, like a CT scanner or some shit like that, and they figured out how to see inside unopened packs.
No shit.
Yeah. So like if you have like like the unopened pack that has like the Jordan rookie in it or whatever, or they were doing it for Pokemon cards. But
How does that even work though?
I wonder if this is like maybe the
This
ink
is some
or
machine that
something, or...
fucking like looks through your skin for like fucking bone cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
but
just
it
have
like
some-
looks for it like shoots like an image of like shadows and that kind of thing.
Somebody
Like, does
figured
it pick
out-
up artwork?
You know
Yeah,
why,
somebody
bro?
figured out how to do it because you're looking through individual fucking cards.
Yeah.
You're looking through like a 12-pack or however many are in that.
Yeah.
Well, too, I bet some of the more like valuable cards or rare ones have like different like inks, or maybe have like, you know, like a gold like ink on it, so you
Yeah.
could like kind of see that. It'll
There's
pick
some
up
sort
on
of
certain,
marker that they're looking for.
maybe like metals and the dye or...
Yeah. We got to get ourselves a
It's just
fucking
insane.
CPAP machine. Look at each other's fucking bones and cards.
bones.
Yeah, bones.
Yeah. Good idea.
I just want to see your bones.
I wanna
What's wrong with that? Why is everyone judging me today?
Sounds creepy.
I want to freeze
I
your
wanna
bone in
see your
ice and
bones.
watch it explode.
And fucking encase you in resin.
Yes.
Sounds like a good way to go.
You're gonna come here one day and I'm just gonna be in a fucking coffee table.
That'd be funny.
That's actually 100% how I want to go. Like, I want to be frozen and then like put it into like a position and like be a greeter at like the door of my kid's house. I want to write that into my will.
Stuff you into a resin cube.
Where like you just walk into the house and I'm just standing there like, you know, it's like, is that your dead dad?
Just call him Han Solo.
Yeah, carbonite.
It's Brennan holding a drink tray and like they just throw their car keys on
Exactly.
it.
I just have a little bowl with the car keys in it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Actually, what I want to do, which is kind of a left turn, but I want to be buried underneath a fucking tree, or not even really. Like, ideally, just dragged to the bottom of a tree. But I had a no, well,
Drag to the bottom.
Well, no,
Don't
all
even
right,
put
so-
me under the earth. Just fucking dump me at the bottom.
well, so my brother-in-law was a cop, and he told me about cadaver dogs. Right? Have I told you this before? All right. So cadaver dogs, basically, you bring them out into the fucking wilderness, and they'll find a fucking body that was like dragged out there 10 years ago. Like, they can smell it, you know. But sometimes the dogs will all of a sudden go bullshit and start trying to climb up the trees, right? And the reason is because there was a body at that tree who's then like his biological matter is like grown into the tree. I don't know. That just felt that was like comforting to me. Like, I feel like that's the way I would want to just be like dragged into the middle of the woods and allow my matter to like go into the trees around me.
I
You know?
saw a post about this where you can become like they
A
turn
tree?
you into a tree.
Yeah. But yeah,
And then-
you get buried with like the roots and shit. Yeah.
No, like they put whatever I don't know if they cremate you first or you're in this fucking cocoon and whatever. Like you're just basically the fish that somebody planted under their corn plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you grow into a tree. And somebody had commented on this. They're like, yo, I want this to happen, but have me as a fucking almond tree so somebody can fucking eat my nuts one last time. Or so the world can eat my nuts for the rest of all eternity or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be cremated. If somebody ever gives me like a terminal illness or something, I'm literally just gonna like say goodbye to everyone and then go into like the Canadian wilderness and fight a bear. That's what I'm gonna go.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's like some type of restrictions as to just like dumping your body out by a tree and just like letting it
That's what my
rot.
wife said. I was like, that's what I want. I want to be dragged into the woods and left there.
Like, then there's like animals, and once again, there's these
I don't care
bears
with that.
you want to fight
Yeah.
that are probably gonna like
Throw me
find
in
your
the
body
trash.
and
eat me. Who
and
gives a
mutilate
shit?
It.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm dead. What difference does it make?
what about for
Yeah.
science? You don't want to get donated for science?
What, for the betterment of human society? I fucking hate people.
Nice. What about you ever go to that body exhibit?
Yeah, that's creepy.
You guys
Yeah.
That's
went?
really weird.
I didn't
I
go,
I
but I've
never
seen
been.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When I was living in DC, they had that up at the Smithsonian. Like
Yeah.
that stuff is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
But I got to see their
But it's cool.
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really neat to see, but it really begs a question of like, what fucking lunatics are putting these together? Like some sick motherfucker who would have been some serial killer, like is like, I'll do this job. Like, pay me to take apart this
Yeah.
body and
Or-
like
or
display
whose
it on
idea
large
was it even?
fucking
Like-
glass slides.
Whose idea was it? Like, if you're in a room full of your friends, that you like, and you know, Terry said like, "Hey, I want to start a museum exhibit where I get to see all of people's bones and muscles and shit." Like, everyone else in the room is gonna be like, "Oh, word!" And then when he leaves, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy? Did you bring him? Who is this dude?"
It's
You
like
know?
the Shane Gillis joke about the guy who made up the Special Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if
Don't
my
tell
friend was telling
anybody
me, like,
that.
who are we gonna tell that to? Like,
Don't
yeah,
tell
the
that to
same
anybody.
situation,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
what
no.
if we just put a person through a deli slicer and
The person that slides them face down. Strange.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What about like I'm like imagining like all these like the Greeks and shit that wrote like the first medical books, and it's like literally just some dude in a shed cutting up a dead body, and they're
Yeah.
like Socrates is fucking
Dude, that was the that
really
was
getting into science
Yeah.
over there, man. Like
that wasn't even that long ago, dude. In like the fucking late 1800s, like that was a thing. Like doctors were like stealing bodies out of graveyards and shit to like cut them open, and like
Yeah.
that was how we learned everything. You know, it was like it was so bad to the point where like they had to make rules specifically like disallowing it to be like, hey guys, I know we've had fun robbing all the graves and stealing all these bodies, but we got to stop now. You know, like it's fucking crazy, dude.
yo, a great line from How High. Shut up and get the body, bitch. Smoke that finger.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we've exceeded the episode time.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
No, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great introductory. What do you call that? Great first appearance.
Yeah.
For Ryan Highcavage.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, bud.
Thanks for letting me hang out on the couch.
Yeah. Bring some hot dogs.
I didn't touch
him.
him once. So.
I got plenty of hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I did. You did reach in and touch his tip. I saw it.
That's true. I did
said
at one point.
gay.
Yeah.
Gay.
Gay. Well,
All
next
right.
next time I'm going to tell the story about you playing the piano while having hot dogs thrown in your face.
All right. Well, I mean, if we're gonna tell that story, then I would appreciate you do it while I'm here, and maybe let
Yeah.
me
I'll-
tell the story of.
All right, we got a little
my-
we got a little
my-
bonus
my-
footage.
I'll allow you to have
my
the
embarrassment.
rebuttal. Yeah.
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 So what? You're gonna lay it on us? Or we're gonna stop the episode.
No, we'll do it next time. Yeah. This will be a
Oh,
preamble.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be
All right.
back, right?
Involves hot dogs.
Yeah.
Involves piano playing.
He's a pianist with penis.
I mean, maybe next week. Who
No
knows?
shirt on. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
Like, share, subscribe. Come on.
Don't
Hook
be
it up.
fucks. All right.
You gotta share these dogs you never met before. Share my shit.
Yeah. Later, guys.